Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to a special episode of the ICL. Is it an episode? Special exhibition match? We're gonna play your favorite game. Guess that caster. Who am I? And who are these wonderful people sitting along with us? If you guess correctly,
nothing happens.
We'll acknowledge you in chat. Hold on now. Unknown caster number 2. Don't
Can I be number 1?
Number 1.
Yeah.
Hello, number 1.
Thank you. I've gathered you here today.
It's from Scrubs. Hello,
Coming
number 1.
back,
Hello,
by
number
the
2.
way.
Scrubs reference? Okay.
Scrubs is coming back?
Everyone knows
Yeah.
that unknown caster number 3's references are crazy, man. They're off the charts.
True.
Well, nobody ever plays this game, and I'm always disappointed for Katie, but now I'm even more disappointed for her because you couldn't even do it in her honor. That's unfortunate.
Well, you know what? You just gave away that you are not Katie. So that was one
I
hint.
think that
Wow.
it's very obvious.
And I'm not Katie either, so
These are TCG players. I don't know if they can tell the difference.
Well, most of us can't read, so
I'm
is
guilty-
a no.
I'm
that's
guilty of that.
true. That's why we're not getting any new art for the Fabled cards, because no one reads the cards.
Yeah.
It's Katie. No, Katie, it's not you. You're not here right now. Katie played her own
What
game
if when
and
I
she
showed
lost?
this
That's crazy.
screen and all of a sudden Katie was on here? Like,
Oh, I
would that
would
throw
feel
you
silly.
off? Because so they can't see themselves. They only see the starting soon screen. They don't
Also,
even
we-
know who's here. It could be a house. It could be a bus. It could be a
could
vacation.
be a
It's
boat.
probably people. It could be
Could
a
even
boat.
be a boat.
All right, I think they can look at us now. I guess here we are. You know.
Ah.
Oh,
If
I'm
Katie
scared.
was here, she's in a car in Arkansas driving. Oh, yeah.
yeah. Well, slight spoilers. We didn't know yet who was playing tonight, but I mean, we didn't really announce this. One of our casters was even invited earlier today and didn't even know about it. That's just how I fly, I guess. If you want to get a gig on the ICL sometime, you basically just have to be open and ready and willing whenever I message you. Like that's
Yeah,
kinda
that's
how
true.
it
That's true.
I was
the
supposed to
people
play in
who
a
you
tournament.
see, the people you see over and over again are the ones that respond positively to my last second messages. You ghost me, I'll ghost you right back.
He doesn't like it. Doesn't like to be ghosted. That's fine. Who does, though?
I hope I never get ghosted by Luke. That would ruin
I would
my
be
life.
so sad. Like, and honestly, there's been times where I'm like, I'm gonna message Luke, and like I'll be talking to Xennius, and he's like, go ahead and message him. I'm like, I mean, he's probably busy. So just message him. What is wrong with you? What if he ghosts me?
Start bothering him more now that I think about it.
I don't know if I like the
Gonna
way this discussion is
Oh, let's
going.
just start
Like, let's
sending
just
deck
bother him
lists.
I just be like, just message you and be like, what you thinking about?
Hey, buddy.
It's when you call your friend and just wish him a good night.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in the middle of like actual family duties, and we're just like, hey.
It's like early 90s before you had like messaging and stuff where you actually had to talk to your friends on the phone.
Yeah, that was awful.
Crazy. That's
It was a bad
crazy.
time.
It was awful. It really was. I have a friend who doesn't even have a cell phone. He just despises contact with people.
That's the good life.
The real
I
one.
mean, imagine having that kind of freedom.
I got a cell phone.
Everybody tried it for a second. We were like,
Just
no.
for work.
You know what's crazy? I'm looking in the Discord right now, and the judges are like all in the waiting room. They're probably preparing for this epic matchup. The casters, nowhere to be seen.
Of course.
They're gonna get smoked.
They're not even here.
What
They're
did you
not
expect?
even here.
Do they even know the rules?
I love
Is my question.
I love that Katie she posted in the general chat. She's just like, I have no idea how to submit my deck list. Like,
She's
Been on production since like
she's-
day one.
like, well, that's what I was looking at. I was like, wait a minute, did Katie make these player cards, Luke? ones
she
for
made
tonight?
her teams. I had
Mhm.
someone on
That's
each
so
team.
mean.
Alex made the judges cards, and then Katie made the caster cards. That way, no one really knows. Even though it was pretty quickly they could easily decide who's playing on each team. Although I'm pretty sure there's one caster who the judges did not expect.
Mhm.
And the judges, it's an interesting thing. They all have access technically to the same files and channels, to know exactly what the other team is playing and what their deck lists are. So it's like a very auto system here to make sure no one's cheating. Katie made them on
And
a
if we know anything about the judges, they could always be cheating.
That Canva Pro to work, Katie. I love it. I love it.
And well, speaking of our casters that had a card made on the plane, here's our first one. And I mean,
those
some
glasses
people
are sick.
might recognize him. He's casted one or few or dozens of ICL matches. The one, the only, JDZ Quest. I have to change the music. It's too slow.
In the
need some
building.
bounce.
Building, as he would say.
As he would
swipe
say.
right on that.
I was
Gorgeous, beautiful,
wonderful.
Definitely
Yeah,
a right swipe there.
Is it a right? Yeah, you swipe right, right? This is the one
That's what he says. I genuinely don't know, so I'm hoping that's right. But whatever the let's go on a date one is, then let's
confirm. JDZ or Garrick would like to date you.
Yeah, we're gonna see each other in person soon.
Oh,
yeah. Will he be at Gen Con?
He's gonna be at Gen Con. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I get to meet JDZ.
Let's have let's all three of us have a little triple date.
Yeah, I mean that sounds lovely. Let's Lady and the Tramp some garlic sticks or something.
Yeah, I'm down.
Garlic sticks. Garlic stick. Skip the noodles straight to the garlic stick. That's crazy. Right. What an unhinged thing to do. Also, where did he get the glasses? I think that's the most important
Disneyland.
bit. I didn't see those there. Not at Disneyland.
Probably Gucci.
Mickey Mouse probably
slid them to him.
Yeah,
that's true. What's the name of his show? Was that one of Katie's game shows?
It was one of Katie's. Do you even Disney? And I did because I have a Baymax shrine, and that's totally normal for an adult to have.
It is.
Well, speaking of casters that are not Katie, we also have this one. I'm sure if you glance at this, you're like, "Who is this?"
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that a recent photo?
Captain America.
Short-haired superhero.
Semi-related to Baymax, also two Marvel characters. When are they putting Baymax in the MCU is a real question.
Honestly, is he not? I thought the original Baymax did come from a comic. It was
it comes from the Marvel comics, but he's not in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So.
Rude.
Not yet.
He should be.
Should be. I agree.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rudros.
For
being a 3-time consecutive set champ winner, first place winner Cup 2024 in Final Fantasy TCG, multiple top cuts across Final Fantasy and Lorcana, international commentator for Final Fantasy TCG. He knows what he's doing.
Wow.
He put Disney and Final Fantasy together like some other franchise that everyone's been asking for in Lorcana.
Do you think there's like a Final Fantasy song that he sings during those?
There are no songs. That game is brutal. That game is so brutal, but the cards are so pretty. Anyway, nobody play it. It's awful.
I played it for a while when I
I'm just kidding.
Pittsburgh.
I know it was a lot of fun. It's more fun than Magic, but
I forgot I had to give Zenulus all of my Final Fantasy cards the last time you guys were here.
I think that is a rule. If
I need to do that.
If you go to Garrick's, then you have to have a box of Final Fantasy cards.
I have a stack that I was supposed to give him. I forgot to.
Well, speaking of casters who are named Katie.
It's Katie.
I love hers. Consistently pretty okay at Disney Lorcana.
I love that.
Better than me, honestly. Excited and ready to share Disney facts to anyone that will listen. And I've been in a room with her. Even if you're not listening, you're gonna hear them. And gets tilted by eye contact with opponents. So no Ed shoes for her.
Just like eye contact with opponents, I like that. It's just like the sentence could have just ended there, right, Katie? Just like tilted by eye contact, full stop.
Katie, I'll be honest. I'm the same way. I heard the whole Ed Chu story, the stare down. I was like, let me try this at my next tournament. I can't do it. I did it for like 2 seconds. I was like, this is horrible. I'm gonna look at my cards.
Memes from the memes from the eye contact thing made my month. I mean, like I would just every time I opened, there would be like an Ed Chu meme of just like him just hard staring, and then it would like cut to like the girl like in the back seat, or like, you know what I mean? Like it was like you know, it's awesome.
Ed Chu memes were good for my algorithm on Twitter. That's for sure. That's the only thing my Twitter is good for.
Yes, just no eye contact, please. Period. Yep, Katie, I agree.
All right,
Do not perceive
keep
me.
Too much eye contact on the cards, so We'll jump to the next one.
Judge
John.
I love Judge John.
Judge John. Big
Yeah,
fan.
Judge
Judge
John has a whole collection of Dick Burns signed cards. And I didn't even realize that he got to play because he's always judging. But 92nd DLC Vegas, 5-time DLC judge. Well, there you go. He's always judging, and the LCCC judge. So love Judge John.
92nd is
very-
so good.
I
So
mean,
close to
So-
top cut.
yeah.
I feel like he also did some judging at Continentals, but maybe he was just LCQing at Continentals and didn't judge. I could be wrong. I know I saw him there.
He was present, and that's
multiple
important.
times.
I sadly was not there, and he was disappointed next time he saw me.
Oh,
I'm always disappointed when I don't get to see you.
oh. I got to see John in Texas, and he was a very lovely individual. Just like anytime I would just be wandering around, I'm like, oh, like after like the first time meeting him, I would see him and be like, oh, I'm just gonna go stand near John, and then like I'd be like, oh, he's working, like you know.
I highly recommend John that when you see John at your next DLC or event, you should ask him to sign your Pete's. I just like to have judges sign my Pete's, and
fun.
John here has probably the best signature, one of the best signatures that is not like R&B signature is really cool, right? But it's not his real name, so it's like kind of fancified, if that makes sense. Whereas like
It's
you can
fake.
tell it's just
okay.
John's normal signature, but it is clear, crisp, and gorgeous. Like I still use that Pete over the other ones. No offense to any of the other people signing Pete's, but his signature is just crisp.
Your Pete game is weak. Everyone else
That's
is
my John
confirmed
fact.
here.
His signature's insane. Phil's got a good one too, but
Yo, love the picture for Phil.
right.
Oh, the
It's the Infinity
No,
and
the Buzz-
Beyond. The Toy
yeah,
Story-
the Buzz Lightyear. Yeah,
He's locked
Buzz
in.
Lightyear one.
He's day 2'd every DLC he's been to. I had to. I was working. Only knows how to judge. Doesn't really understand how to play.
Oh,
and he
I'm
has
so excited.
no chill. Yeah.
Can confirm.
I appealed a judge, or I appealed a ruling at a DLC, and he came over. He slapped me in the face, and he said, "This is how it works."
Like straight to the point, though. That's good.
Stern but fair, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say anytime he's been in my ear, I have shed a tear here and there in the ICL, which
Listen.
unfortunately for me has been a lot of times. So
He was on Allies on the Other Side, and I'm not going to spoil the episode, but he does know how to play. So, He
He's
does.
a liar.
and I'm still mad at him about it. So,
And rounding it up,
Yeah.
the judge who helped make the judge team cards designed this awesome ICL judges logo, the ICL casters logo, and helped touch up the normal ICL logo. We've got Alex, Arcus,
Yay!
Arachnus, Arkansas, Marcus, all sorts of nicknames. I mean, you know you are beloved by the community when you have a dozen nicknames, honestly.
and these are good, Theo. These are good nicknames too. Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, like you're beloved and respected because all of those are like good, you know.
And she was a floor judge at DLC Toronto, the head judge TO for very local competitive events, which if you look at the shirt, it might tell you what team is that local competitive team in that area, and officially dubbed the judge of many names. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, she is wearing that shirt to let everyone know she's keeping them in line because they are a rowdy bunch. Those are the most villainous team in the ICL at this point. I mean,
Honestly, they're pretty good
I
though,
mean-
right? I mean, you know.
The Quigster, like, if that doesn't sound like a Batman villain name, I really don't know.
yeah, he looks at you and your shoulders just start going.
He's that deck. It's like, oh, he's so nice, but I can't defend the deck. But she keeps
4
them
out
in
of 10
line.
villain.
So
And Habibi, oh god, the worst, honestly.
Habibi.
I got to be
So-
kind of Canadian for a day after that, so that was fun. Just added a U to my name, felt really fancy. Lost a bet, it was all good. But EBT did really well, and now hopefully their judge will do very well. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I feel like the judges are underplaying themselves. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
yeah,
There's no way.
they're really trying to get the casters relaxed. They're going for that 3-0 queen sweep for sure.
Can you imagine? I mean, like, as casters and as judges, we watch a lot of Disney Lorcana, right?
Mm.
So there's a lot of times where I'm playing where I'm like, oh man, I've watched like really good people take this line before and it works out really well for them. But as I'm casting, I don't have to like super ultra mega think about it. Like, it's the judge's job to make sure that the game goes flawlessly. So now they're thinking in 3D and they're also thinking about the rules and they're thinking about all this other stuff. I don't think I just talk. That's crazy.
In 3D.
We could tell you're not thinking while you're talking.
Ever. Literally
wow.
ever.
I think that's something the four of us have in common here.
Nope. When I say stuff, it's the first time I hear it with you guys. So it doesn't run through my head. Like, we all hear it together and I go, huh, I said that. Anyway. But no, as judges, I don't know. I feel good about the judges. I think you're right. I think they're underselling themselves.
So you're picking the judges, is what you're saying.
I mean, I love the casters, and hopefully none of them except for Katie's still here listening. Okay, well, still, Katie's gonna win because she's my favorite, and then the judges. That's my prediction.
1-2 to the judges for color.
I'm gonna go with judges 3-0.
Whoa,
3-0.
3-0, the clean sweep.
Although I'm very disappointed Ellie's not here. She's the best judge by far in all of the ICL. That woman could never do any wrong. All right, that's a fact.
Okay.
She was going to play, but decided that she wanted to go pin hunting instead. So she went to
Oh, so
locals.
it's so respectable.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's very respectable.
You know what? We've got 2 judges picks. I got to roll with the casters. I mean, JDZ, Rudros, Katie, love all 3 of them. Done casting with all 3 of them. Done videos with all 3 of them. I just, deep in my heart, I know they're going to pull it out for us casters. I'm not a judge. I don't know the game on the minute technical level that the judges do. So maybe they are just going to crush the casters' hopes and dreams. But I'm going to go with my heart and casters.
Okay. I mean, I love all of them equally, so I had to go on my technical facts because I love everybody equally. Like my judges, I mean, first of all, like the judge, you've got to give shout outs to judges and JDZ and Katie and all of the casters. They're so much fun. Wow. So if I go with my heart, I'm just going to cry.
Well, I knew the judges would win if Ellie was
3
playing.
matches.
So when she was like, I might want to go win a pin, I was like, yeah, get that pin. Like, I don't need you playing. Get that pin. Like, I'm going to go for the 3-0 sweep because when I say that, it turns out to be a 2-1. So we're going to play the game. So 3-0 sweep / 2-1 for the judges. The caster, or not the judges, sorry, the caster curse doesn't work on casters. You can't poison
you can't
people.
Curse the casters.
So you can't caster curse the caster team. So I can root for them and they'll win, right? Like that's how this works.
I agree.
So,
that is how psychology works. But the casters, casters can't help me in my future matches. The judges, however, they could help me out a little bit when I'm struggling out there in my own ICL matches.
No. Okay. All right. We did it. We made it through. We can just, okay. We do not bribe judges here on the ICL or in any other capacity.
Yeah. Well,
I was just saying that.
Why are you talking about bribing? I was just wiping my nose. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Katie, who mentioned bribes? Or sorry, Color, who mentioned bribes?
Katie's on a plane or somewhere.
You're right.
She's somewhere.
I thought you were Katie. Isn't that what everyone was guessing at the beginning?
Katie was guessing that it was Katie. I was like, no, Katie, you can't lose your own game. This is not cool. You had one shot to play your own game and you decided to lose it. That's crazy. But she's been doing the work. She's traveling all over the world. She's making player cards like en route, and she's, doing
big things.
So
hardworking.
Honestly,
I feel like there's, we haven't had DLCs for a long time, but like all of us have been busier than we've like ever been doing
Yeah.
Lorcana stuff, which is just
Crazy.
absolutely insane. How everybody has come together through the ICL, all these independent events, conventions, etc., etc. Shout out to the Lorcana community as a whole, and I think this is a great way to celebrate part of that community with the judges and the casters who don't always get to play, but will go up head to head today, and I'm really excited for it personally.
I would be freaking out, honestly. Like anytime I play a lot and like I cast like less than JDZ and Katie and everybody. So I feel like even when I have to play a game now, I'm always like, oh, do I remember how to do this? So you guys freaking out? Casters, judges, everybody? Are you scared? Is anybody?
Let us know in the
Katie.
chat. Are you scared?
That's a perfect question
Let-
to ask.
Let your opponents know if you are scared
Yeah.
right now before you.
Well,
head
okay.
into your
So
match.
Habibi is giving everybody a pep talk, and like that's kind of gonna help. Yeah, I'm never not freaking out. All right, Katie. Well, I didn't mean you. I'm so sorry.
They just have to keep in mind hundreds of people are watching this. If you embarrass
No.
yourself, people will never forget about it.
It's not true.
And people won't bring it up to your face. They'll say it behind your back. So it's no
Oh.
big
There'll
deal.
be memes about
Katie
it for
doesn't
years.
need this. Okay. It's actually honestly better because playing on the ICL, they can't see your face like they can here. And like
Right.
No eye
you're
contact.
muted. And the only thing is like, you just play the game.
Katie,
And
I'll
just-
be
just play your
honest.
cards.
I'm still losing sleep over my ICL match, and that was months ago. So
Jeez. I think. Are you rooted
No.
for the other team? I think you're like purposely throwing off the casters here. Like,
Well,
I'm
hopefully-
doing the same thing you are, Luke. They can't be cursed. They can't be thrown off. They know what they're doing. They know we're just teasing.
And also too, you're playing against judges, and that's fine. But you also have judges that are helping you. So like when you're playing, it's like it's fine. Even if you start to do something, you're gonna have somebody be like, and you're like, oh no, you're right, you got this. So it's fine. Just play cards in the correct order.
Mm-hmm.
in,
And you
in
win.
the
Was it?
correct order.
In the correct order.
I don't know.
You ever listen to Luke cast? He's like going through all these different possible lines, and he's like, "This could be correct, but this is also good." So it's like, is there a correct? An
I
actual
can never be
correct?
wrong
No,
if
it's
I
because-
shotgun all the possibilities out there.
I'm
That's
playing every side.
Well, not
As
even
soon
that.
as
It's just
you get
because
one
like
line, you're a
he
genius.
does throw out the optimal line, and then they'll do something else. So he's like, or we can do this. This is
Yeah.
also a thing that
You're
can
telling my
happen.
secrets.
Hi.
I'll throw out a suggestion, and then Luke will say something that's like infinitely better, and I'm like, yeah, that's why'd I even open my mouth? What am I
See,
doing?
but see, that's what I do with you, Garrett. I'm like, every time I cast with like you and Luke, I'm like, oh my god, everybody's so smart. I'm like, I'm just gonna talk about Poglet for a while. So
All right. Well, I think we're ready to go. We're only 8 minutes behind. You know, that's how it goes. And
Pretty good.
while chit chat is amazing, we're gonna cut to Garrick and Color's Law here. And between matches,
Hi.
we're gonna come back to the four of us again here. So you're not done seeing me yet. I'm not gonna be casting any, but you're gonna hear me be annoying during post interview. We might go to all of us during the interviews, actually. So be
Ooh.
prepared for that.
Cool.
But we'll be back in a second.
We're here. We're
Well,
in.
we made it. We made it. Now I have to click on this so it's bigger, and I don't have to squint at the screen as if I know what I'm doing. So, hooray!
We're in here, and it's Rudros versus John, and we got
What
some.
is John doing?
We got some cards out here. We got some Mauis. Are those signed Mauis by JD? Oh, those are all
Oh,
the
there
Dick
we
Burns
go.
cards. Okay, let's go.
Oh, because he has all of his Dick Burns cards, as we've learned. So he has all of his signed ones. So there is a plethora of them. So 2 whales, a potion of might, and a Pinocchio. I wonder if there's any correlation with that. I'm not going to try to find any. Honestly, I'm
Man.
out of it. I'm done. So we have. What do you think Rudros is playing as a Final Fantasy player?
He's playing
do you
Ruby
think-
Amethyst 100%. Like, there's
Oh.
no doubt in my mind that he's playing Ruby Amethyst. He's loyal to the end. And that will, when we see his cards, guaranteed they are going to be Ruby and Amethyst. No shot they're not. All
right,
these
well.
all these Dick Burns cards are bringing back memories, because one of my
Oh.
like my first big tournament was SCG con, and
Right.
Dick was there. That was the first time I met him, and like a bunch of people that are playing in the tournament are like asking him to sign cards. He's got a jersey on. I was so nervous. I was like, I didn't know it was going to be this big of a deal. Like, there's pro players here.
Oh, yeah.
And then he crushed me in top 4, but
Oh, well, that's a fun story about you losing.
about me getting crushed. At least
Honestly,
I made it there, though, you know.
You did. I mean, you made it all the way to the top. And that's kind of how I feel. It's like when you get there and you're like, oh, yeah, like I made top 4. And a lot of people are like, but I didn't win. Like, there were 300 people in the room.
Yeah.
And you were 25% of like forget it. It's good.
If
But,
I
like,
make top cut, I'm happy.
Yeah. This Matt is kind of really going for it on John's side.
Yeah, I love that.
That is like, and it's foiled out too. And then he's also rocking his Baymax sleeves, which I mean, Baymax. Am I right?
Yeah. Baymax is awesome. The Oswald riding the Rancor is also awesome.
Yep. Yeah.
He's got like the whip lightsaber, which was, for all you Star Wars fans out there, was, you know, recently made canon thanks to the High Republic. That's a deep cut. I'm a big Star Wars fan. I'm a big Star Wars fan. I don't play the game, but I read all the comics. I read the books. I watch
okay, so
everything.
you are what? Yeah, okay, that's fair. Yeah, because some people are like, "Oh, are you a Star Wars fan?" I'm like, "No," and they're like, "You don't like Star Wars?" I'm like, "No, I didn't say that. I said I wasn't a Star Wars fan," and I think those are two fundamentally different things.
I agree. When someone says they're a Star Wars fan, they're a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, exactly. Like like battle, like the dates of like different wars and battles and like where this like planet of this and that. I just like I know who has what lightsaber and the plot kind of for the most part, and
yeah,
and makes.
I know Sam Jackson's in the movies, and that's cool.
Yeah, then that's great, and they were entertaining. But no, I'm not. I like Star Wars, but I am not a Star Wars fan because that is a whole nother. That's like saying that you're like I like Disney versus I'm a Disney adult.
Mm-hmm.
Those are two different things.
Yeah, but are you a Disney fan?
A Disney fan?
Like, would you consider yourself a Disney fan?
I was like, I'm a person. I'm not a fan.
Like,
so.
Are you a Disney person then?
No, I am a person. I'm not a physical fan. Okay. Sorry, like didn't land. All right, turn
I
got Maui and
what did I tell
Diablo, Ruby Amethyst. There we go.
I called my shot. Do I win something?
I don't know. I think you get to continue casting. You don't get fired or pulled down the little hole where Luke just cancels you. So, honestly, yeah, you made it.
Yeah, so starting off with the 1-drop Diablo, always a good thing to see when you're playing Ruby Amethyst, a 1-drop, and all of them are so good. I'm going to miss them so much when they're gone.
I know they are. Well, I think Diablo sticks around a little bit longer, but I will say, so we did ink a Maui and we played a Diablo. So that is kind of scary when we go in blind, but we are inking a Crab to play a Chernobog. So we might have a mirror match, or this might be a nice Amethyst Emerald situation, in which case Maui would have been nice not being in the inkwell.
Yeah, I'm always so scared of inking Maui Hero to All early and Elsa the Fifth Spirit early because they're so useful in so many different situations, and if you don't have them, then sometimes it feels really bad, as we see. Hey, Madam Mim Snake, this is a throwback here.
I know, what a crazy we
classic.
Inked a Broom just to go ahead and give us a little bit of down tempo and bounce back that Diablo. So I'm wondering, maybe because we inked the Maui at the beginning and we just bounced back after requesting, that our hand is looking a little gunked up. So we're hoping to ink that Broom or the next turn. So the Diablo next turn. Yeah. So maybe that's telling a little bit of story about why Maui's in the inkwell, why a snake is on board. I don't love that play, but it's something that we've done. We've all done it. I've
done it plenty of times. I'm happy I don't have to do it as much anymore, but
it's definitely a scary one. So we see more Amethyst. So John is going to continue to hide his second ink color from us, and I think that's fun. We're having fun.
It could be a mirror match. We never know. Or it could be, it could be Blurple. It could be Amethyst Steel.
This is crazy because I don't know what John plays as a player, or what their more pet deck would be. So it's a mirror. We got Ruby Amethyst mirror. When is the last time that we've seen one of these on the ICL?
I'm so happy I'm here for this one. Yeah.
It's like you and I, honestly, like, let's go. Let's talk about some Ruby Amethyst mirror.
Yeah, absolutely love to see it. We're going to quest with the Madam Mim Snake here. You are leaving yourself a little bit exposed for a potential crabbing if you want to go ahead and trade that broom for that snake if you have a crab in hand. But we see the library come down, a really aggressive library from Rudros in
Very much
the
so.
mirror, and he saw that a Maui Hero to all went into the inkwell. So you could be thinking to yourself, this could be pretty safe. But if
Well,
there's
I
a
think it was
fox
Rudros
comes
that
down-
did. I think Rudros is the one that inked to
John
Maui.
also inked to
Oh,
Maui.
did he really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Maui's are just going to the inkwell as if they don't matter, which is
Mhm.
kind of crazy because it just depends on the variant, right? Like the library could be. No, we do see a pirate's life, so this makes me feel like John is probably more on the evasive build because Rudros having inked the Maui and having the library. Back in the day, if you're going to bounce and do a turn 2 snake, you're probably going to be expecting the location. So the Mauis are good to hang on to. But if we already saw a pirate's life, then I'm assuming there will be a shark in our future.
Yeah.
And it depends. It just depends on whether people really want to run locations along with the shark. Just like what flavor? What flavor of Ruby Amethyst do you want to be today?
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like traditional will struggle into these shark builds more often than not, as we see a Maui and a rabbit go down onto the board. I'm loving seeing
He's
this
just I like
flashbacks
Rudros
of
is
great
doing like
memories.
okay, so that's a second Maui. So yeah, now Rudros is basically probably identified like I am going to see a shark. These Mauis are less good because they're not the flying Maui. They don't have evasive, so they're not going to help me when that Chihu comes on down. But yeah, we are seeing some really traditional Ruby Amethyst moves. So, like you said, that
Mhm.
early aggressive library. Now we have a just a exposed rabbit on board, and I remember I know, and I was literally about to say this. Do you brawl the rabbit? Do you
Yes.
brawl the rabbit?
Always
Absolutely.
brawl the rabbit. You have to get
It's
rid of the
crazy.
rabbit.
Oh.
Rudros is going to return it to hand next turn. It's
Mhm.
going to draw an additional
Mhm.
card. Make
So
sure
that
it only
means
draws one.
Rudros has to have another rabbit. There is absolutely no world where I throw down my rabbit on 4 if I don't have a plan. I personally. I can't do 2 things at once, but
I tried to do that, Luke, and it didn't work. I've been pressing the button and it's not changing them.
So we do see the goat come down, and now there was 1 extra ink, so goat costs 4, so we have the 1 extra ink to go ahead and move that to the library to hopefully get a little bit of value out of that to make you decide if we can maybe crab, fox, or something of the nature to kind of take out the rest of the library, because that sucker's still about an 8 strength, and that's so much for 1 tiny crab.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the goat coming down on 4 going into the library is not bad. I mean, it's a decent tempo play to get the goat out if you have nothing better to do. We did see the rabbit get exposed and removed, like you mentioned, and we didn't have the backup rabbit as we put an additional 3 into the library. Maui Shark goes into the inkwell. We'll see if we get a genie down onto the board. No, we're getting Jim Hawkins.
Jim Hawkins in our own library.
Library. I like that. I like that a lot. Jim Hawkins is one of my favorite cards in the game. It's something I've been trying to make consistently work in Ruby Amethyst since like set 5. I was like, or set 6, sorry, I'm going to play Taffetas, I'm going to play Locations, I'm going to play Jim, it's going to be awesome,
do the whole thing.
and it was just not consistent enough. But there are players that are sneaking a couple in their list these days as the fox comes down and is able to cleanly remove the library before it can gain any value on the side of John.
And I would say normally that would be devastating because you are kind of paying that full value for the library. So you're like, oh, woohoo, I just took my entire turn to drop a library and move some stuff to it. And you just goat foxed my entire real estate. But since he did play the Jim Hawkins and kind of get a library for free, the value seems a little less bad because you still left with a substantial character on board and, library down, but you still have a crab and a Jim.
Yeah, for sure. And Rudros sniffing out that library expertly with the goat and then the fox immediately for the perfect removal there as the genie does come down here on turn number 6. We did ink one of those key Maui sharks, and I was mentioning earlier that sometimes traditional will struggle if the Maui shark comes down. It's not always the easiest card to remove. You might have to prep a board that might necessarily not feel the greatest, or have a Tremaine out there with if
No,
there's only one
Tremaine.
shark. But Dragonfire has traditionally been the easiest way to take out the Maui shark if you're playing a traditional list into that. So I'll be interested to see if Rudros has that available, but that could pose a problem if John is able to find one. But just the genie for now.
Yeah, the genie's there. And I mean, that's another situation too, is like if Rudros has a genie on his side, genie crab kind of helps, but you have to wait until the shark turns sideways. So there's like a couple of different ways to navigate it. I mean, everybody loves to see a, DLC Probo Dragonfire whenever we can cram one in a deck.
Mhm.
So that is one of my favorite ways. I am never confident enough to go the Dragonfire way because that sucker is uninkable. But we are going to finish off the library with our crab. And then are we going to go ahead and trade, or we're just going to quest? See, I love it, John. Get our lore. Get our lore. And that's what we want. We are trying to win this game with this 2-quester.
Yeah, always be questing. I would never trade my Jim into a fox. Make that fox trade into my character, which is, I think, more valuable.
Oh, absolutely.
Quest for 2.
We're gonna
But
sing a
we might
Friends?
sing another Friends on the other side. One of my favorite cards in the game. Just bring
absolutely.
it back,
The
Ravensburger.
art is my
What do
favorite.
we say?
I was listening to this song the other day, and he says the cards, just pick 3. And I was like, we were absolutely robbed. We were absolutely robbed.
Well, if you think
says 3.
about it, Friends is 1 itself, and it draws 2.
I'm not subscribing to that TCG player math. Absolutely not. I want to draw 3 cards. I get to pick 3. That's what the song said. But oh,
Here
see a
comes the
fish
Maui
hook.
fish hook. Yeah, it's really, really good in the mirror, as we are going to activate the fish hook and give the fox evasive. That fish hook will come in absolutely clutch if those Maui sharks come down, because your Maui hero to alls can take advantage of it for free and make that trade. So if you're on John's side, you're not going to be able to interact with that Maui fish hook. It's going to be there the rest of the game. It's something that you have to keep in mind when you play your Mauis down. Like, is
Items
there
are
an elf going to
absolutely
come down? Is this fish hook going to absolutely wreck me? Yeah.
Items are Ruby Amethyst Kryptonite. It is basically the thing that has almost banished this deck time and time again. But yes, I mean, we were wondering, we were thinking, oh, is maybe Dragonfire? Is it going to be Genie Crab? Like, what is our shark answer going to be? And it looks like it's going to be a Maui fishhook. So Rudros has built this deck in such a traditionally interesting way. Like, I'm loving kind of the composition of it, just because we're getting to see, like, if I see a Surfer Mini, I'm just going to flip my desk. That's where I'm at right now. Like, Surfer Mini, Crab, that's our shark answer.
That would be a crazy throwback for sure, as John is just going to continue questing here. I was going to say, he's got 7 ink. He played nothing. A Hades on that turn would have been really nice. Draw a couple cards. Maybe you're playing into Be Prepared that way, but you are refilling your hand at the same time. I think Hades is one of the most powerful cards Ruby Amethyst has gotten recently, as we see.
Okay, and the queen
down onto the board.
No princesses in John's discard, so the queen has a little bit less value on her. However, it is a great, I mean, especially with the set that she came out, it was a great tech card for those pesky dimes and what have you that could have been lurking around those. But in this matchup, let's see what she's going to do.
Yeah, we'll see if she's able to gain a decent amount of lore here for Rudros. It is an interesting addition into the deck. I guess that's why he was asking John earlier, hey, what's in your discard, by the way? But
yeah, what's in there? What, I mean, at this point, what do you put back? Do you just put like a broom and a Chernobog? You don't want to do too many, because at that, you have to do 3. Oh, please put the gem back in my deck. Please put it back in there.
Any and all actions, I think, are probably the right choice to starve out that Maui half shark. I think.
I don't know if John has played very many actions. I think we have some brooms. I think we have a bog. We have a gym.
There's
and
one
a library
brawl in there, but
there's a brawl. But I don't want to put that back in your deck. You want to let me have 4 brawls in my deck again? Crazy. Oh, Peter Pan. We love him. I love his shadow a little bit more, but the Shadow Finder has seen so much utility since Shark and last set. It's been wild.
Yeah, the Peter Pan Shadow Finder, always a card with a ton of potential. I think everyone had their eye on it since it was revealed. But like you said, Maui Shark really just enhanced the power level, as well as the Genie coming into the game with the Peter Pan just makes your turn 4 is so bombastic if you can get them both onto the board. And it plays a great role in those quote-unquote Genie wars against Blurple decks as well.
And now we see the John on this turn basically goes ahead and puts a Peter Pan down, and also puts that Ursula into play, which is like a crazy little tech card that has been doing really, really well recently. And I'm wondering if they're identifying that we're getting close to a B prep turn. So we're just kind of going wide. And I think that as far as John is concerned, we've seen a genie, but we haven't seen a rabbit, and we haven't seen a friends on John's side either. So what that means is, like, in terms of resources, John is falling behind. So I think they're trying to force the B prep to maybe potentially throw some locations down to get some a little bit more aggression headed there. But I guess we are choosing Broom Broom Brawl is going back into the deck off of the Queen's Exert effect.
Triple B.
Can't believe I didn't mess that up.
You got to throw that Brawl back for sure, like I was mentioning with the Maui Half Shark.
Yeah,
but
that's fair.
They go to the bottom. There is potential to see those cards again, but not super likely, as the Peter Pan comes down, and it's going to take advantage of that Maui fish hook to take out the genie, gaining an additional 3 strength with the fish hook.
Now that was our whole turn though, except for I guess a Cusco comes down. So the fish hook does, come down with that. I think because it costs 2. Yeah, and then we have 2 left too. So, and how many cards in hand for Roosdros? Is that his hand over there? So 4 cards in hand.
4 to 2 for John. And these mirror matchups, Amethyst decks, usually it comes down to who's got the bigger hand, who's going to win the game. But you can out-tempo your opponent if they're focused too much on drawing cards.
Yeah.
It's
the amount of times.
like
you're drawing too many cards. I'm like, I have my whole deck in my hands. I have 1. I don't understand. They're like, well, you're not at 20 and I am. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Oops.
Yeah. You can get lost in the sauce just drawing cards when you're playing Amethyst. You got to be aware of that board. But Ruby, a great card, a color to pair with Amethyst to help you control that board. But we've not seen it be prepared as of yet in this matchup. I'm sure there are plenty to go around, as the Ursula Mad Sea Witch does take out the Queen. She's got Challenger 2, a great card, like you said, a 2-cost 1/3 that challenges for 3, and it's just been one of the best cards to combat this very aggressive Amber Steel strategy that has popped up during this set, especially with rhinos. You need a Ursula, you need a crab that clears them very cleanly.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, the fox was no longer an answer for the rhino, so that definitely is he's a whole hamster. But yeah, that's a whole other story. But I will say, so John did spend their turn basically kind of cleaning up the board on Rougeros' side, which is a little bit scary for me because it would incentivize. I guess just be prepared doesn't exist in this matchup. This is crazy. Yeah, like you kind of want to. It depends on the position. They're both at 10 lore, and they're both not really drawing cards. Rougeros does play the goat, but as far in terms of like they're both running low on resources, so the board wipe in this matchup means you lose typically. Like you don't want to be the first one to be forced to be prepared, and so they're kind of trading back and forth at this point, and running a little low. Like I know I keep saying it, but it just like you want more cards in this matchup, and I am stressed for both of them.
Yeah, Rudros has done a decent job here cycling through the Cuscos and making so much use out of that Maui fish hook. It's gotten so much value in this match. He was just able to use a Cusco to clear a Peter Pan Shadow Finder and draw a card. Absolutely incredible. And John, twice in this game, has played nothing on his turn. So hopefully he's got something in his hand that he can make use of here, because he's not been doing a ton thus far.
Yeah, again, I think that goes back to the fact where Rougeros has played rabbit, and then we have a gym. So Rougeros has played a rabbit, and okay, now our first friends. That's what I was to say. And he's also saying friends on the other side twice. So he is a lot. Oh dear. Oh no. So
a 10-foot crab never feels great.
Yeah, I thought that we were going to exert our crab to finally get friends on the other side. So in terms of resources and card draw, Rougeros is kind of leading the gate with the friends on the other side, and also with the rabbit, even though the rabbit got brawled early, which clearly was a big issue because we have not seen another one.
Yeah, and we see the goat return to hand via the Madam Mim Fox, one of the most classic combos in Disney Lorcana that has been around since Rise of the Floodborn. We are going to use that Maui fish hook to give our evasive to prevent it from being removed. And John needs to find something here to help clear the board. But Rudros keeping cards in hand as the friends on the other side are finally coming
Finally.
down for John, and we'll see if he is able to find something like a Be Prepared. But
That
we
feels
know that
so
the
bad.
goat is sitting in hand for Rudros, so we're at 14. That's at least gonna get Rudros to 16 at bare minimum, that goat being in hand. And we have to play a Shadow Finder, which will take out the Cusco.
Yeah, we can get the Cusco, but that does give Rudros a card, which is fine. But at the same time, yeah, we are kind of getting a little bit scary in this situation. We have the fox, but when you get to about 13 and you start bouncing a goat, you know you're just in a good spot. You've got plenty of cards in hand. If I've got nothing else to do except for bounce goats on my turn after I get to 13 lore, I'm feeling fine with what my opponent is doing. I'm just kind of cruising and I'll win the game.
Yeah, for sure. I'm glad that John played some cards that
Yes.
turn that affected the board
Yeah.
and did things, as we are just going to play the friends on the other side for
third
the
friend on the other
cost.
side. Yep.
Give our fox evasive and remove another Shadow Finder. This Maui fish hook just has been absolutely carrying Rudros in this match, and we might see the goat come down yet again and take us on up to 15. So continually putting on pressure onto John's side, and still with a very healthy 5 cards in hand for Rudros.
Yeah, that's definitely where we're kind of seeing the disparity here. Is I mean, we did see John play a Chernobog's Followers, so hopefully they can dig a little, like, one card deeper to maybe see if they can start finding their draw engine. But it is looking a little late, because with your opponent having a goat on the other side, 5 cards in hand, and at 15, 15 is basically, we don't know what's in this deck. We've seen some crazy things. It might be Gathering Wisdom Knowledge. It's Amethyst. Things happen, and used to, it was 17 was the threshold, you know, the traditional threshold for you to be absolutely nervous about the fact that your Ruby Amethyst opponent is reaching up there. But now it's like 13, 14, 15. It's all terrifying.
Yeah, for sure. At least John has a Pirate's Life, so he can battle back in the lore category. And let's not forget, he's at 13 himself. If he could, like, sing Pirate's Life this turn or something, like, play Be Prepared, clear the board, he can battle back a little bit. I mean, he has been on the back foot for the majority of this game. You just need to try and control Rudros's lore as well as you can, but that Maui fish hook is making things incredibly difficult because you can't challenge that Madam Mim Fox. It has evasive.
Is it a Pirate's Life? Are we gonna Pirate's Life, or are we just gonna quest? Oh, it's a Be Prepared. So we did
quest and play the Be Prepared. So close to what I was mentioning. I think a Pirate's Life would have been really nice there. That way you go to 15, your opponent goes to 14, but we are on a razor's edge here for sure. Either player could win this.
It's going to be a double location. I'm terrified. I'm so scared. After a Be Prepared is the most horrifying time in the mirror, because you never know what they're going to... Sorry. It was a Queen's Castle. That's great. And a goat.
Castle goat,
It's the worst thing. It's the worst thing that could have ever happened. And he lived into the goat.
Yep.
It's always, it's like every time the Be Prepared gets ripped, you're like, what horrible thing were you holding in your hand waiting for me to do that? It forced me into a terrible situation, and then you filled it up. I'm speechless.
You did the thing that I don't want you to do, but at least if you're John, there are options to get rid of the Queen's Castle. However,
his crabs are in the discard. Both two crabs are in the discard.
I was gonna say, like, you have Maui Shark, Peter Pan, Shadow Finder, but you've lost a lot of Shadow Finders. You don't even have 9 ink, regardless, to do that combo. So while there are answers in the deck, you've unfortunately burned through a lot of them. You don't have a lot of ink because you've skipped a lot of turns. That turning point in the game really felt like when John was able to do that powerful Jim Hawkins into library turn, but Rudros able to answer
into a broom. This is awful. It's fine.
It's tough. And we're gonna go to 18. We are just going to win the game because Rudros was at 17. And the goat gains 1. And the Queen's Castle gains.
I mean, honestly, the perfect math, because yes, you have to have an answer for the goat, and you also have to answer for this throwback Queen's Castle. So that's perfect Ruby Amethyst math right there.
Yeah, 100%.
Answer both or lose, and that's pretty much what happened.
Yeah, I was talking about how it, at least to me, it feels like an uphill battle with traditional going into the Shark builds, just because the Shark is kind of the great card that kind of tips it in the favor of the evasive list, I think. And it's sometimes it's tough for the traditional list to keep up with that. But John had to ink a Maui Shark early, probably had a bricked up hand, and wasn't able to do much. I mean, we saw him at least twice do nothing. So we'll see if John's able to battle back here. He is on the play now, and getting a Maui Shark out on 6 could just be devastating for your opponent if you're John. So let's see how it goes here.
And we will see. I mean, if there is one Maui fishhook and Rudros finds that Maui fishhook, I think it is a little bit more, even in terms of that, especially when you're thinking about that matchup, because you're like, oh, what does Ruby Amethyst do when you're just sitting there staring at a turn 6 Maui when you were on the draw? Well, you play a fishhook and you hope they don't draw another one, and you just kind of wait. And so I think that's kind of the fun and not fun thing about this is both of them are Ruby Amethyst players, so they know each other's weaknesses. And so clearly the fishhook is in there to battle the shark, so you don't just sit there and stare at it and be like, well, that's a shark and I lose.
Yeah, for sure. And what I love about the current meta that we're in is you can play the same in color combination and have 2 completely different styles of deck, and we see it all across the ink colors that exist. We have mid-range Amethyst Steel, we have aggro Amethyst Steel, we have 3 different Amber Steel decks that are all like tier 1. It's really cool to see what we have going on right now. And Ruby Sapphire the same. You play items, you can play the shark variant. There's just so much going on.
There's
Discard, there's temporal, there's everything. And I love it with such a wide card pool. I mean, obviously with rotation things are going to change a little bit. I think the decks are going to get a little bit more narrow depending on what we get reprinted, but by the end of this next block here, we're going to be back in another meta with 8 sets worth of cards, and we're going to be right back in this situation. So it's really fun to see the game.
The crazy thing is, like, we were like, everybody was kind of discussing there are only 33 new cards for the new set that's coming out, and I was like, as a player, that's a bit of a bummer. As a caster, I only have to learn 33 new cards, so that's crazy. Actually, I'm very, very excited about this new meta because there has been so many cards that even came out in Reign of Jafar that I was like, oh, this card slaps after rotation, and then this seems really good after rotation. But if I see Medusa, I'm gonna be so upset. I'm gonna be so upset. I will be. You're just gonna hear like a scream throughout. Like you're like, what was that? Like a high-pitched wail, as if and then you'll know that Medusa's reprinted. But we are going to go turn 1 Broom, and we will see if Rudros opting to ink the Maui to go for a turn 1 Chernabog. So doing mirror things.
Yeah, for sure. Both finding the 1-drop. Don't want to quest with the Broom here.
I'm questing. I'm on the play. You played a Chernabog. That's fine. If you want my Broom, you can have it. I'm getting my lore.
I'm getting my 1 lore.
And you're not getting a card.
Removing a card for both of us.
Pretty much.
We'll see what John goes for. He did ink an Ursula Mad Sea Witch, one of the 2 drops that is typically played, but we find another one.
And now we know that Rudros does have Cusco in his deck, which is a pretty decent one. But again, if the Cusco comes out, that is representing a card. So it depends. We do see a Queen's Castle go down. So on the draw, this is my favorite thing. What do you do? Do you take the trade? We do take the trade. Yes, I love it here. Okay, we are playing Lorcana. I get upset when Ruby Amethyst players pop their Broom early. I just get upset. It's like a personal offense. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great card, and it can gain lore, and it can remain on the board without drawing a card. And look, it just traded for a Chernabog, starving Rudros of a precious card. Now he does have the Diablo on board. Probably not questing with this Ursula because it's going to get hit with a Diablo Crab combo that would absolutely ruin your life. But here on turn 3, you've got a lot of options if you're John. I mean, depending on what he's got in his deck. I mean, I play another shark. Stop going into the Inkwell early.
Those are
and
good
a
cards.
Pass. No. So we have no 3-drop. I was going to say there are a bunch of different options that players are going with. The Madame Medusa, the one that bounces, not the 6-drop. Okay.
That's not a real card.
And it is. It's a real card. it's
I was
a good
saying, well,
card.
we did. Oh, and we just on curve we have our Maui fish hook. So there had better be 4 in this deck, or I'm going to be upset. Now we did
Mhm.
see that they inked the Ursula when they could have opted to potentially play the Ursula on that turn instead of just passing. So their hand, John's hand is already upsetting in my mind, because there could have, you inked a shark and you inked the Ursula and then you skipped your turn 3. Now we're inking a crab. What is happening? Okay, so we are going to play the Iago, and this is the first time we're seeing this. This is a nice little staple in this deck, especially if we can get a Peter Pan. Well, you want a Peter Pan on 3 and Iago on 4. Oh, what is happening?
Yeah, but Iago's nice. It's really nice. It's a 4 strength, 6 willpower character that traditional Ruby Amethyst is gonna have a tough time dealing with. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say there's probably not any hypnotic
Yeah, well, that
strength.
yeah, unfortunately though, that fish hook is kind of all of the hypnotic strength that you're going to be needing. So that's a decent answer to Iago. Now, I guess we would have to take, a little bit, and we're going to have to like a crab and a fish hook activation, which is again not unreasonable. Inking a pirate's life, and we're going to play Finders Keepers. It's not
Finders
enchanted though, and
Keepers
I'm bummed.
is pretty good here for sure. I mean, you're not being put under a ton of pressure by Rudros. Of course, it would stink if that rabbit gets bounced back, but get yourself 3 cards here. Make sure that that hand is healthy, unlike last game, because we
Right.
were talking about it. And here, let's
Ooh.
get 2 more. Let's draw 6 cards this turn. That's not bad.
That's
And
pretty good. Yeah, and that's kind of a good strategy at this point. If you're seeing that your early game has kind of fallen apart, typically what you might want to do is just keep your hand healthy, kind of like save up, and then just kind of like bring it out to the long game. Get rid of the Diablo so you don't get crabbed. Your fox, his rabbit might go back to hand, but again, that's a little bit slower too. So it seems like we're going for a little bit of a longer resource game at this point. So.
Could get into some Maui action if Rudros has that on turn 5. Can use that Maui's fish hook for free and get rid of that Iago. That'd be a great answer, but it doesn't look like it. We're gonna give the rabbit.
Huh? Oh. We'll give the rabbit evasive and then go ahead and take out the Ursula. So that means we're gonna save our rabbit unless we get specifically
Well,
interesting.
we gave the rabbit extra strength to take.
Oh, because that is a
Ursula.
3.
Yeah.
Oh, Ursula's such a good card. So that's good.
Yeah, making really great use of the Maui fish hook, being able to remove a card and draw a card by returning the rabbit to hand. And you still have the very, very powerful Iago in this matchup. I think it's absolutely fantastic against traditional.
Yeah, I mean, and it's staying up there. It's flying high. I mean, we might see some things happening next turn now that we have the snake. I'm waiting to see the crab, because the crab fish hook combo is going to eat that big bird. But I mean, that is still quite a bit of things that is going to have to happen on their turn. And eventually, if you don't have Maui out, you're paying to activate that fish hook. So that will be your whole turn to get rid of one giant bird. So yes, the Iago is a problem, which is always crazy because I'm like, I know that Iago is an illusion, because real Iago would literally never do anything. Like he would just say, nah, he's not going to go into battle like that. He's not going to be banishing and challenging. So
yeah.
that giant bird is funny to me just for those reasons.
I love the art on that as well. I think it would look amazing as an enchanted. As another Pirate's Life goes into the Inkwell, is that the second one we've seen?
That is the second one. Yep.
Which feels kind of bad. I was playing 3 for a while, and I hated anytime I had to ink it, so I had to go to 4 just to be like, okay, I can ink at least 1. But inking more than 1 feels so bad, especially in this matchup where you're both trying to get over the finish line with uninteractable lore game in the form of Maui Shark, a Pirate's Life, or Goat, and the bounce package, right? So getting rid of those win conditions by putting them in your inkwell feels like you're giving your opponent an advantage, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But we do see the gem come down and get moved to the library, and then he invites his big bird friend there to come and join as well. So now we do see the crab. I knew there was a crab lurking in the weeds.
Going to
Bop.
boost it up, and 9 is
one
enough.
shot a library. And that's one of the biggest libraries we've ever seen. So that is crazy. That's definitely, I wanted to see it, but I know John didn't want to see it.
Definitely not. That's a powerful snake indeed. But John's
Took out
got
an
a
entire
nice board
library.
here. This Iago has stuck around for a while. We're only 1-2, but at this point in the game, it's a resource battle. Who can keep their hand healthy? Who can answer the board as efficiently as possible until you can get in a position where you just strangle out your opponent.
And sometimes in the mirror, you do want to strangle your opponent, but especially when you watch them living your dreams by bouncing rabbits and drawing more cards than you, which I don't think we've actually seen Rudrose drawing as many cards as John at this point, because now John has basically had the resources and continuously made Rudrose. And now we're going to do another location drop, which kind of isn't great because we do still have our fishhook, and that is a crab. Yeah, there is a point in a Ruby Amethyst mirror where I'm like, my locations are garbage and I'm upset. We're gonna do it again. Yep, run it back. Felt so good. We're gonna try it again, and we are gonna quest with Jim, because what else would we do with our 2 lore character?
Now, it is important to keep in mind that Jim has the ability that when you play a location, he can move there for free whenever the location comes into play. So he can move both Jim Hawkins in and then pay the 1 for the Iago. So he only had 1 extra ink there, but both Jims moved for free and he paid the 1 for the Iago. So there is the Maui.
This is what I was talking about. My locations feel like garbage, and especially with that hook, because now it's, 6 wouldn't have been enough for the library, but with a free activation of a hook, because that's his hook, Maui's fish hook is Maui's fish hook. So it activates for free, and now you can just go ahead and one-shot the library. So that is 2 turns in a row where Rudrose has one-shot a library.
Yep.
Ouch. No, not friends. Yep, he sings friends.
Yeah, Rudrose just having every answer here for these libraries, but the gems are still on the board. The Iago is still on the board, but maybe not for long with the Maui Hero to All and the Fish Hook online. He is just going to wreak havoc on John's board if those characters ever get exerted. Now, we don't know if Rudrose has the Elsa the Fifth Spirit, but that would be an amazing combo card with the Maui and the Fish Hook on the board at the same time.
That's rude. Amazing combo. That's absolutely rude. Well, yeah. So at this point, yes, we know that unfortunately one of those gems, that Maui, does represent just a whole lot of problems. Now, he's never going to be able to get after the Iago, but of course, Iago only has 1 lore. So I guess in 15 turns, Iago will get us there. So hopefully all of those cards that John has been drawing is really going to get him kind of where he needs to be, because again, Rudrose has just now played his first Friends on the Other Side. So the resource game is still looking a little lopped on John's side, but at the same time, if our whole game plan has been Jim, we're running low. There's got to be more locations in there, just library, right? We don't throw Jim Hawkins in there for 4 locations.
Yeah, I think if you're playing Jim, you probably have Queen's Castles in there or something. We see the Iago is going to remove the Merlin Crab. And I think we do need to keep in mind that Rudrose does have a Merlin Rabbit in hand still. So that is representing at least 2 more cards that he'll be able to draw. And we are just going to go ahead and go on a quest here for 4.
Yeah, you don't want to really overextend into this situation. You want to continuously, Jim being a 4/4 with 2 lore and having his identical twin sitting right next to him, you don't really mind just kind of turning him sideways and not overextending into a Be Prepared.
John doesn't play anything again, which is
I don't know if I would.
Not super awesome. I mean,
unless I had a rabbit to bounce, but I wouldn't want to play into a Be Prepared, especially if my resources are running decently low.
That's true. I'm just curious what's in his hand, because certainly there
bunch of red removal
that would have felt great to play there, like Friends on the Other Side or Finders Keepers, or even just a Genie. I think
it's just a bunch of red removal, and you know that pain. That pain.
Rudrose does the exact thing I was afraid he would, which is play Rabbit, return Rabbit to hand, remove both gems with Fox and Maui, and now John, having done nothing on the last turn, needs to do something here for sure.
Something. So he needs to do something. Yeah, and I mean, like I said, that's one of the things that ends up happening, right? You end up looking at your hand and you're like, man, if they weren't removing everything that I'm doing, I have every piece of ruby removal I would ever need. However, I'm not the control deck, I'm the beatdown, and I have ruby cards in my hand. So this is like where you kind of start wishing that you had like a little bit more the amethyst just to kind of do something. And again, we see a shark. No more ink sharks.
Please ink something and play a 1-drop, because I have a
There's
bad
Tremaine-
feeling Lady
there's Tremaine in this deck.
is going to come down.
is throwing it all the way back, and there's no shot. There's no Tremaine in here. There's no. I'm just gonna. There's no way.
Yeah,
I will have words with him after the fact if he doesn't have a Tremaine in there, just for the vibes.
Yeah, Rudros certainly has Tremaine in the deck and probably has it in hand. I mean, you always have it, right? Your opponent always has it, at least.
Your opponent, yeah, no. As a player, I do not have the plot armor that some of our world's competitors and champions do. So my opponent always has it. And yes, that's karma for maybe a past life, and I'll figure that out at some other
Doesn't look
point.
like it, but if we have an Elsa the Fifth Spirit here, and we do, the Maui Shark is going to be removed by Maui Hero to All or Elsa.
And a fishhook activation.
Your pick, and is going to use the Elsa, valuing the Maui Hero to All for that free activation in the future. Amazing play by Rudros. And here's the library.
Rudros is like, I mean, I'm not like, obviously I was saying that the judges are going to win, but like, I'm loving this strategy that Rudros is kind of employing with he waited, he cleared the board the one time, he waited to see what John was going to follow up with. And then he followed up with the shark, had the answer immediately, and now just had enough ink to go ahead and follow it up with his own answer. So now Rudros has basically turned the corner, and it is John's problem to deal with. We've got real estate, we've got a fishhook, and we have a demigod.
Yeah, unfortunately for John, he's just been losing the tempo game here, as every time he tries to take tempo with something like Jim Hawkins plus a location, it gets immediately destroyed by Rudros's side of the board, and he has just everything he needs to get rid of them. It's like the perfect anti-location deck. If you're bringing locations, Rudros has got something for you, okay?
No. You will not own more real estate than me. Absolutely not. As we see John go ahead with his second Finders Keeper. So, I mean, again, in terms of resources, he's got a lot, but Rudros just has exactly what he needs. And you don't need more resources if you just have exactly what you need. So,
yeah, playing the Finders Keepers there feels bad, and following it up with nothing feels even worse, as we are going to pass it over to Rudros, who is going to play down the rabbit. He gained the lore from the library, and now here's where we slowly just start to take the game over, as a Queen's Castle comes down onto the board. And Maui is going to move into the castle instead of the library. And we are going to give evasive to our Merlin Rabbit.
Interesting. Oh, just in case there's an Elsa lying around somewhere, then to come in and bop the rabbit, because we would like to keep that. And at this point, like, Be Prepared is a terrible option, and we hate that. So you need...
Yeah, I'm wondering if
a crab Maui at this point, and then hopefully Rudros doesn't just return Be Prepared you in response, which we know that's gonna happen. We know that's what happens. It's gonna. But Rudros is playing very, very clean, and John has just been answered at every single step. It's crazy. This has been wild.
Yeah, absolutely. And losing the Maui Shark, when you finally got one on the board, just felt so bad after you've been trying to gain tempo. And we do have the Be Prepared. I was going to say, I think moving Maui into the library there was probably what I would have done, just to play around the Be Prepared. But if they don't have exactly Be Prepared, then you're going to draw off the Queen's Castle. But I would almost guarantee, based on what John has done, he's got Be Prepared in hand, and he has to play it there.
And at that point, I would say he was guaranteeing himself a card either way, because either what was going to happen was Be Prepared was going to get played and Rabbit was going to get bopped and you're going to draw a card, or Be Prepared was not going to get played and Maui would have been on the library, would have been able to draw a card. So he was setting himself up. If you have it, I get a card. If you don't, I get a card. So at this point, We see Elsa come down and immediately banish the broom that John followed up with that last turn. So now we have, take your pick. Would you like a Cusco and a castle, or would you, oh no, Queen's Castle has the queen in it. That's actually cute. I love it. They
There
sent
you
the
go.
llama to the library.
Yeah, there. You had to keep the alliteration, and you did it. The Cusco and the castle, the llama
Yeah.
and the library. Colors
Let's
are
go.
professional, everybody. Rudros is as well, because I would have just been greedy and put my rabbit in the library. I was like, you're going to play Be Prepared, so I'll just draw 2. But Rudros does a smart thing and guarantees himself the card either way, but I would have went greedy for 2.
So now this is unfortunate, because if you do tap down, you play Elsa, you tap down the Cusco is on the library, and then we're going to bop the Elsa.
Take the Elsa, so
That's
he
good.
doesn't
So
get
we don't get to
2,
draw.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't get to draw 2 cards. I was like, that is unfortunate that we have to take a library Cusco situation. And again, that's just Rudro's playing like to maximize his value, because if you do have Elsa, you're gonna have to have exactly Elsa into a crab to make it. Well, we just have to be prepared.
Yeah.
So you're gonna draw 2 cards anyway. Doesn't matter. He had a plan. Oh my gosh, this is. I'm crying for John, but I am very absolutely excited as a Ruby Amethyst player. Is that bad? Am I allowed to do that? Is that biased?
You are allowed to do whatever you would like, Color, I would say. And I think we both know the pain and the absolute joy of being on one side or the other of the Be Prepared protecting locations. Ooh. When your opponent does it, that's not fair, and you shouldn't do that to me. But when you do it, it's like, hey man, you got to play around the Be Prepared. Why'd you let me get these locations out? But
do you think he has another Be Prepared? Because we would love to see.
I would say yes, 100%. He has it, and it's coming down right now. But I was wrong about the Tremaine.
He just hasn't drawn it yet. Yeah, no, and another Elsa. There's another Elsa. So we tap down.
You choose the crab here, unless you have an additional bit of
crab.
Yeah, crab in your hand, because the Elsa won't take the Iago as it stands right now with the fish.
There's no way we don't have a crab, because at this point you're just trading for no reason. So there it is. Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna put damage on my Elsa just to kind of like wait for your.
Unless you have like Belle, right?
This deck could have anything. Honestly, I'm gonna watch more of Rudros's games, because apparently Final Fantasy has been very well for them. So.
Yeah, most definitely. This feels like the exact list that everyone was playing in set 5, except with a fishhook.
Who wasn't doing? But like, yeah, I mean, this is good stuff. Yeah, it's like, it's very like nostalgic, because we're like, oh, Queen's Castle, who's she? And Rudros is like, watch, hold my library. I'm doing both.
Watch and learn.
We are gonna sing Friends. Nope. Okay, we put 3 into it. Hopefully you have a fox. That would make the most sense. It's still. That's enough for Queen's Castle, and that is not.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear. That is about the worst thing that could have happened. You Be Prepared your own. Oh. Well, I mean, Rudros is at 15, so that's pretty much all she wrote. We just need to flop a goat down, which we don't seem to have one, but we have a rabbit.
Yeah, we can look for one. That's one of the
is that going to be? Oh, gosh.
There it is.
Oh.
Let's go one each.
Yeah. Well, no.
Yeah, one each. Come on.
Yeah, yeah. Get over there. Yeah. So put one there. So I'm gonna get a card. I'm gonna get a card or a lure. Where are we at? And that just has to be an absolute.
But now John is in a position where he like has to be prepared again, and if he doesn't, he loses. But if he does, he loses.
Yes, pretty much. So I choose how I want to go out, and I'm gonna go out by location. Yep.
Gain a lore, draw a card, and draw a card for the Merlin Rabbit. So we're going to draw 2, then draw for turn. And why not? Let's gain 3 lore while we are at it. Let's see if we have the Merlin Goat bounce.
We don't need it. We just pass the turn and win.
Merlin. Oh, wait.
Yeah, we just win.
I thought he was going to 17. Okay, no, that's game. Rudros
I was like, no. I was like,
traditional Ruby Amethyst.
The traditional one.
Let's hop in here and talk to our casters and judges turn players.
Judges turn players. We're already here. Hi. How are you guys? Probably echoing. I'm echoing because I don't know how to use the internet. Ha! I did. I figured it out. Katie and GDC are much better at this than me, but how are you guys doing? How are you feeling?
Good. It was fun. I'm so used to being on like the caster side of it. It was nice to be on this side of it. By the way, if this mic doesn't sound great, let me know. I can switch to a better one. But if this sounds fine, then
That sounds
This sounds fine.
okay.
So you're not in your. Oh no, I'm echoing.
I'm gonna switch the screen.
We're all echoing.
We're on the screen.
Hi. Am I still echoing?
Why
Nope.
is everyone echoing?
I kind of hear an echo, but I don't know what that means.
That means that it's not my problem.
Exactly right.
Okay, I'm just kidding. You'll just have a surround sound, and then it'll drive you a little bit insane. But how are you feeling? Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. Oh,
Yeah,
I feel great.
a very tough
I-
opponent.
Yeah, I'll say I enjoy the mirror. I'm pretty practiced against it. Not that it's quite a mirror, because obviously he's running more like the evasive version, and I have more conditional control or traditional control. But I enjoy that so much more. Like I was worried, man, if he's on Steel Song, like that matchup's just a coin flip of whether he draws. Or not. So this one I felt at least like was like, okay, you get to do something, and I get to do something.
But yeah,
for
and
sure. I
we
was
saw
super excited for this matchup as a Ruby Ann player, and I've talked to you, Rudros, about it a lot. And it was cool to see you bring a more traditional list, although I would say that it feels tough going into the Maui Shark list sometimes, especially if they're able to establish a Maui Shark early and you don't have the immediate answer for it. But you had a perfect answer for everything in the form of the Maui Fishhook, one of your favorite cards. Why don't you talk to us about the Maui Fishhook and why you love it so much? Not that it, yeah.
I can pull it out here. Hold on. I got this nice foil version of it too. So yeah, in the second game, so the first game, I just happened to have it in my opening, but I had no idea what he was on. I wasn't sure what he was playing against, so I was like, I don't know, it's inkable. If I don't need it, I can just throw it away. I've loved this card since set 3. As you saw there, it's very versatile, and versatility is pretty rare in most TCGs. Like, rarely does a card give you, hey, do this thing or do this complete other thing. So like being able to make myself evasive, so now the Genie and Iago and Peter Pan are suddenly not a worry, and it lets me deal with Half Shark. Or, actually they're playing locations. No problem. Here comes Maui with a manor. Boom, and he just clobbers a manor in one hit.
Crazy.
I love the card, and the fact that Maui makes it free. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand why not everyone runs it, because it can feel expensive, especially early. Like, if you're going against aggro, you don't have time to pay 3 ink to set it up, and then pay another 2 ink on, turn 4 for your Cusco to have it start running into stuff. But once it gets up there, like, man, I've always loved this card, and that's my baby.
It definitely performed well today, and I mean that ended up being, like you said, the versatility of it. It was here. I'm gonna put this down, and okay, here's a location, doesn't matter. Here's a location, doesn't matter. And then we did see at that one point where you did go ahead and value the Maui with 4 damage on it, keeping that around so you could get the continuously free activation of the fishhook, as opposed to you kind of bopped with the Elsa and sent her on her merry way. Yeah,
I thought about that. I was like, technically the Elsa can quest, so there's a very good argument to send the Maui in instead. But I thought, well, it's kind of nice not paying for it. She only quests for 1 lore. That's not a huge deal. And since I knew he's not on steel, like, I don't care that Maui has 4 damage on it. He shouldn't be able to take advantage of that. And just in case he put out another location, Maui says, I'm just going to instantly blow that up. So yeah, in that instance, that's why I went with the Maui.
Now we did see those Jim Hawkins, John, his other nickname probably, if you guys have watched Treasure Planet. Jim Hawkins was coming down early and quite often, so we did see a lot of different locations happening. So John, do you want to tell us a little bit about your inspiration for bringing out Mr. Hawkins?
I've loved Jim Hawkins ever since the card came out. I just wanted to play him one last time before rotation happens. So I thought I'd just throw him into here. Shout out to Coffin for the list.
Aww.
But yeah, I really enjoy Jim Hawkins. Was not happy to see a Ruby Amethyst opponent while I'm on Jim Hawkins, but I'm glad I was able to play him with locations in hand, so he could at least do his thing.
He got to do the thing. And also, too, that was the saddest thing I'd ever heard. You can still play Jim Hawkins in Infinity and Heroic, but that's fine. You just sounded really sad. Don't be sad. He's still here.
Maybe he
But-
gets. Well, they said he won't be he won't be reprinted, right? Because he's legendary and
legend,
he's one of the Ruby
Yeah, you can-
legendaries. Yeah.
You can play him in Infinity, and there's other formats. Don't give up on your dreams.
Yeah,
But at the same
that's
time, we
true.
did get to see him pop off. But we did see that you kind of had one stuck in your hand there for a little bit. Is that because you didn't have the value from him, or like where did you? I think that was like game 1, right, Garrick?
Yeah, I mean, there were in both games. There were a couple turns where you weren't able to play anything. Were you just stuck on a bunch of uninkables, like just a bunch of be prepareds in hand, or?
Yeah, it was a lot of uninkables. In some cases, I wasn't sure if Travis had a be prepared, so I didn't want to, kind of flood my board while he didn't have
Yeah.
anything, and then have my board wiped. But I didn't see him played in either of these games, so I'm starting to suspect that he doesn't have it in there.
Who's Travis?
I know. I was like,
But yeah.
who's that?
Who's Travis? Yeah, sorry, I doxed his first name there.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
I
and,
just learned something.
Game 2, I started with I altered into 2 be prepareds in hand, so those sat in my hand for
Ooh.
quite a while.
It's not a good Ruby Amethyst mirror unless one of you starts off with one or more be prepared. One or all, you
Yeah.
know?
Oh,
Be prepared.
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
In
That's
game
right.
1, I kept my entire 7 hand, and part of the reason was because it was 7 inkable cards, and it had a decent card. It was like
Nice.
1 through 3. And
Yeah.
but I mean, seriously, like too many times, Color.
Yep.
I will mulligan away trying to find something better, and then I draw be prepared, and then they're just stuck there. So I was like, you know what? I've kind of gotten into the habit lately of like, as long as it's like playable, I might
Yeah,
just
playable
keep it
hand.
and then hope it gets
Yeah.
out of it. So yeah, John
That-
made Jin look great because I've always loved that card, but when I play him, like I can never line him up with the locations, but especially with the library, man, that made me want to try it because that looked like such a cool combo.
Yeah, I did mention that at one point because, unfortunately in a mirror, you can deal with locations pretty effectively, which
Yeah.
means that he did play the library, or he played the Jim Hawkins and he played the library, and you swiftly dealt with the library. But at the same time, he was left over with the Jim Hawkins. He didn't have to pay the full value from the library and pass his turn. So it felt less bad getting your library one shot when you still are left over with a character with 2 lore on it. So I saw like that little mitigation of risk of just sometimes you slam a library and they're like, anywhere, here's the answer, go. And you're like, that's cool. Like,
Dick, did you have any questions for him?
Unfortunately, I was on card duty. I
Oh.
don't know. Yeah.
is that why it was
You were doing
hilarious?
great. You were doing it amazing.
It's so funny. Every
you.
I was wondering, I was like, this, like every card was like, do it again. So I was like, oh, he's gonna do it again, and then like do it again popped up. So if you guys run your matches back and watch them, it's actually Dick was on point with his card stuff. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, so I was really focused on exactly what cards were being played and listening to what jokes I could make. But I mean, unfortunate mirror match in going into game 1. Also, more unfortunate, automatically destroying my predictions. So thanks for that, Red Rose. Really
Hey.
appreciate you.
Happy to help. What can I say?
Sorry to
What can I
disappoint.
say?
Casters,
You're
the
welcome.
caster's curse doesn't work on casters. What can I say?
That's true. Yeah, we're immune to it.
Yeah, I'm into it. So that's good. But I definitely really enjoy. I don't know. I like really enjoyed. This is fun. Like the judges and the casters and everything else like that. Is there
Yeah, it's a cool
stuff
idea.
that John? Was there things that Rudros just? I mean, Rudros, you played very very clean. But were there things that Rudros was doing, John, that you were just like
W- Whenever I play, I don't think about that as a judge. However, I did notice Red Rose was exerting his ink before playing a card.
got him,
He was
Oh,
also
yeah.
readying at the end of turn.
got him.
That part I didn't notice, Dick. But yeah, I mean, when I'm playing, I normally don't think about
Oh,
it. As
gotcha. Yeah, everyone's got their method. Well, and that's like I know some places it's taboo to untap while you're but I'm so used to that at locals because it helps me move quicker that I don't have to spend a bunch of time. And currently, there's not really anything that interacts on your opponent's turns.
Don't give excuses for breaking the rules. That's not
first
fair.
of all, get your shortcuts out of here.
Yeah, get him out
And
of here.
secondly, are you not playing against people who are playing Anna and Mufasa in the same deck all
No.
the time? Like,
Pasta go-go.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
You're gonna get got. I'm just kidding. So yeah. Well, I'm glad that you can make that separation and actually enjoy the game, because if I was sitting there thinking worrying about I don't know. This is fun.
Yeah, it was cool to be on this side of it. We have a little like lore tracker too that I didn't know about, and they're like, "Hey, use this." I was like, "Well, this is convenient," and then he updates it on his side and it updates it for me. That's nice.
I saw your little. Do you have the Tinkerbell Lloyd tracker? I saw you like flashing that around. I was like, the really high tech stuff you got there.
Well, people always give me grief about that at locals. I'm like, "Hey, this is what they give us. These are technically official lore trackers. Like, why would they give us these if we can't use them?" So
Right.
I always use them. I like the art on them.
Yeah, they're great. The Elsa one especially looks nice.
Right?
Yeah, it's interesting being a caster instead of playing because I didn't realize that it wasn't like Luke or some other person bringing up the cards on screen. Like, shout out to all the casters who are doing that while talking. I will not be doing that for the next 2 rounds.
I got you. Don't worry for the next round.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, Luke was like, oh, you can pull the cards up as you're talking about them. I was like, not me. No.
I may have fixed a problem.
Yes, I saw them. I was trying. I was like clicking and then like looking at the board, and then I saw them changing, and I was like, somebody's on it, and I'm gonna let them roll. Let's go. Yeah, it's fun to see you two on the other side playing against each other. We should definitely, I think, do this again. Casters versus judges seems like it's a good time. I'm having a lot of fun.
It's
Yeah,
this was
going to
great.
happen again. It might even happen on Wednesday.
Oh, I thought you said it's never happening again. I was like, what? You're like, yeah, this is never happening again.
It's never happening again. Don't bring it up again. I can't believe that you guys convinced me into doing this.
There have been no donations in chat. Chat, if you don't buy 10 subscriptions right this moment,
you'll never see the judges again.
Is there a Tremaine in your deck, Ruzos? I forgot to ask.
Yes, there is.
Yes.
of
Yes!
course,
When
he's playing
when we saw the shark come down, I was like, pleasing something and play a 1-drop because if Jermaine comes down, it's not good. But then you had the Elsa anyway, so
Yeah, I also run Dragonfire. Like I've had red blue.
Yeah,
if you don't
yeah,
watch my
Dragonfire.
videos, you don't know I have to face red blue so much at my locals. My deck's basically big to just take out sharks the moment they hit the ground.
It seems like it. You were like, which answer would you like? Would you like this
Yeah,
answer? Or would you like
exactly.
this answer? I also have this weird answer.
We have a full platter of answers. Would you?
Yeah,
prefer-
right. Would you like your answer preset rotation or post?
Exactly.
Yes.
A fine choice, sir. Excellent.
Well, did you have any shout outs each of you like to give before we jump into the next round?
John, do you want to start or do you want me to?
Please go first, Red Rose.
Oh, excellent. Check me out at Rudros TCG on YouTube and also on Twitter/Twitch, although those aren't as well populated. But I want to give a shout out to JDZ and Katie. Going to follow me up, guys. I brought the first one home, so carry it. Always a big shout out to ICL. If you are going to Gen Con next weekend, I'll actually be working a booth there in the vendor store. It's in one of the back corners close to one of the restrooms, so feel free to come say hi and maybe we can talk some Lorcana.
If you got to use
You
the
heard it here.
bathroom, say hi to
I
Rude
was
Rose
like,
on the way.
I was like, you heard it here. Rudros will be at the potty. Don't worry
I'll be
about
there.
it.
I'll be
If
guarding
you don't
it.
wash your hands, he'll give out penalties.
He
Oh,
will
I'll
know.
sure.
Oh no.
He's gonna know.
You guys wash your hands?
Oh.
Yeah,
course.
I saw the coolest little
Oh.
Instagram thing. I'll bring it up, but it showed that on the Royal Caribbean cruise, they have like people that have like lanyards that say "washy washy," and they sing songs outside the bathroom to remind you to wash your hands, and I love it. I love it. Like we need to just start shaming people who don't properly wash their hands at events.
I
Like,
think we
I've
spent
seen
like
it
5
at
years
events,
doing
yeah.
that. But anyway.
but any more shout outs by the players or anything else before we cut over?
Yeah, I'll shout out Coffin again. Thank you for the list. Shout out to SLTC. There's a great group of players that I learned a lot from there. Shout out to my teammates who are also judges. Alex and Phil, good luck in your next games. The entire ICL staff, there's admins, commentators, judges, casters, and of course the players. We couldn't do it, and the viewers at home watching on Twitch or YouTube, wherever you're watching it, we couldn't do it. We couldn't do it without you. Bobby McCoo, he made the lore tracker that we use. Shout out to him. I'm sure. Oh, I also wanted to mention that I don't think my my video's not on anymore, but I'd like to shout out my friend Ian, who made the playmat that you saw there. It was a Rank
Oh,
War
yeah, that was
playmat,
sick.
the Star Wars playmat, and he just foiled a bunch of stuff on top of it. And it was this was given out to 9th place and to the pretty good tournament that was hosted earlier in the year. That was
awesome.
just the name of it. They just called it the pretty good tournament. So 9th place, you know,
I like that.
they just missed top cut, so they got this this playmat, and then they also gave it to some of the tournament organizers and judges. So that's very cool.
I love that. They're like, you're pretty good. And you're like, I am. I'm pretty
And also,
good.
I'd like to give a shout out to Dick for again the cards that he signed for me that I had on my playmat earlier, including a foil Japanese Maui whale and a 1/1 foil Potion of Might. So
Only one.
very cool. That's the
I've
only
heard of
one
that
ever
one.
to exist. Thank you.
Doing one-of-one signature things is just so fun doing that.
Only when you really like the people. So thank you so much
Aw.
for being a part of the community, John.
Thanks,
Love
dude.
you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Love you too, man.
And like John brings up good points. There's so many people that a little bit of their effort and a lot of their effort have gone towards things in the ICL. Bobby doing stuff, Katie doing player cards, Alex
Yep.
helping with some revamps on some of the logos, all the casters giving time for that. There's just so many things I could go on, and if I didn't mention you in that short rant, I'm sorry. But thank you to
Just
everyone
weren't worth
again.
mentioning.
And on that note, we're going to cut over to Color and Dick. Here we go.
Hey, here we are. We're still out of order and get out. Awesome.
Yeah. Nice.
Put a
yeah, I was
big
like,
mountain
what
above
are
my head.
the... We're muted!
We're muted in video.
Video.
Mute in Discord too, please.
I was gonna say now.
Oh, yeah, we
you
got
can
yelled at
mute
by the
in
judges already. I
Discord.
feel like we're home. I've already gotten upset. All right. We're back. We're here. I can hear myself, I think, but it's fine. Now this is Alex versus JDZ. Oh, we can hear JDZ.
I need to deafen Discord.
Yes, you do. Yes, we can hear JDZ. He is already locked in. I can hear it. He's ready. And I love this
People
judge
that
mat.
don't know, I don't know how to use technology.
Well, I think we all just learned, so that's
I think
good.
I'm here. I think
We're
I'm
here
good now.
together. Tipo for JDZ. I love it. Double Tipo on both sides because we all know that Tipo is JDZ's absolute favorite card. And if
shirtless boys.
Yeah, I have his testimony on my Instagram. Actually, I posted a video today about how much he loves JDZ, or JDZ loves Tipo. So
you have other people on your Instagram than me? Okay.
I mean, actually, my Instagram is quite a lot of you. I was like, yeah, you're like, there's actually a lot of you on my Instagram. Honestly, it's like, now that we're thinking about it. Look at these literal professionals.
I know. I was gonna say, the pros are here.
I will say when people say do when you're playing online and they're like, okay, what do you want to do? And I'm like, okay, I'll say I'm always like 2, 3, 1, and they're like, okay, cool. And they'll be like, we'll do the same thing. And I'm always like, I feel like I'm gonna mess it up. I'm like 2 on top of 3 on top of 1. And then I, and it's not because I don't like, I don't want them to feel like I'm cheating because I'm stupid. You know what I mean? Like I don't like.
I have the same issue.
You're just like, oh no.
Same issue. Very stupid. Everyone knows that. You'll see me cheating actually on your show soon.
Oh, so. Yes. I forgot all about that.
Yep, we're not going to say exactly when. You have to watch the whole episode.
You did cheat. Oh, that was so crazy. So, yeah. All right. So, what do you think? What do you think these people are going to, these lovely, wonderful Illumineers, Alex, what are they going to play? JDZ, I never know what JDZ is going to play. I don't think JDZ knows he's going to play.
I think I'm 100% sure they are not playing Ruby Amethyst.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. I was like, wow, how would he know that? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Just to make such a bold prediction. And those are the rules of the ICL. So
yep. I'm what you would call a genius. Also, when my opponents start putting dice on their deck, I say, no, I don't care what you do.
I don't care. It's fine. It's fine. You can have that.
JDZ, I've never seen him play. I feel
You've
like
never seen him play?
No, I've never seen him play.
He plays literally every day. And JDZ plays Maximus. JDZ plays really just Max. No, I'm just kidding. He plays Bleen, as he loves to call it. He plays, I don't love the word, but like he swears by it. So
Yeah, he likes making people uncomfortable. That's all.
Who doesn't?
All I know is he's got to lock
This
it in
Fred.
and lock it down if he's going to get that queen sweep. But you know what? I'm rooting for Alex here. JDZ, me and him, ICL nemesis. All right, we're nice to each other in real life. Don't tell anyone. But in the ICL, I'm Hulk Hogan and he's Mean Gene. All right, he's the one holding my microphone. I'm the star here.
Oh, I just got the deck list from production here, which is just Luke, but I sounded fancy when I said that. And I love this list, and I cannot believe this is what he's doing, but he is doing it. And I think everybody's going to be really excited about that because we see, or he's going to be less excited now because we see a turn 1 Daisy.
Yep, we've got an Amber Steel matchup here. Actually, I'm shocked all of the judges did not play Steel, just have Pete's in their deck.
We
Flavor
see it.
fail.
Let it
honestly.
go. We ink let it go, and we're not going to pass, are we? No, we're not. We're going to develop our brain. So JDZ is now. Was that a foil? Let it go. Sorry, it was shiny and I got distracted. But we are going to develop your brain, which is a very, very good thing to do in a Sapphire deck on turn 1.
Yeah,
other
it's
than
something I typically don't do unless I'm missing ramp onto, because there's so few cards that you want to ink in your Sapphire decks and develop. Not a great one early, unless again you're missing ramp onto. Then it's a godsend.
Yeah, sculpting your hand early if you are kind of missing out, which I mean, it tends to happen. There's, with the addition of Tipo, Sapphire decks don't, and Sail. Okay, yeah. So we don't miss turn 2 ramp often, but boy, when we miss it, we miss it. And
there goes that Sail.
Right to the bottom. Daisy giveth and Daisy taketh away. But we do see a Piglet into the Inkwell. So what will be our turn 2 into the Sapphire deck? Because Piglet would have been
another
fantastic. Piglet. Yeah, right? Other than that, I don't... Did we pass? Because at this point, double 1-drop? Ooh, double 1-drop is pretty gross.
Okay.
1/16th. And another 16th. So that's... I can't do math. Yeah.
She's up to 1/8.
1/18. I can't do
I don't think that's how it works, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Inking the shirtless boy.
He inked the Tipo. Okay. And to play a Tipo.
For another shirtless boy. All right.
For somebody that doesn't like Tipo, he seems to be manifesting quite a few Tipos in his life. And looking at Daisy Rhino is kind of scary. It's kind of scary. Let's see if we see the big boy shift.
Alex has a horde of sour cream in play.
A horde of hamsters. That's what it is called, isn't it?
Right. Yeah.
A horde of hamsters.
And Daisy is my sour cream girl.
Oh. More than one Daisy is a waddling. Learned that.
Oh, I thought it was a Daisy.
A Daisy. That's the plural of it. Well, she's sending all kinds of actions to the bottom of JDZ's deck. Says we see the develop your brain. Yep. And we do shift into the power hamster. He is powerful. I was like, no. Oh, gosh. Well, we are seeing a lot of things happening from this Amber Steel deck, and it looks as though the Sapphire Mystery Ink combo that JDZ is playing is doing the very slow thing that they like to do. So hopefully we can get something going soon so we don't just lose to Amber Steel.
Yeah, so far, as JDZ would say, he's cooked. All right. His deck is running on dial-up. He's trying to phone a friend here. Please, anything. Pass me a Sisu, Katie.
Yep. It's a little, yeah. So it's definitely a little bit slow. And
we're gonna go an off-screen fishbone quill.
I don't know.
Need to see it. It's a fishbone quill.
It's a fishbone quill. Oh, because yeah, that makes sense. We see it is a rare. So fishbone quill exerted with an extra ink. That's probably pretty good. Again, that's not and we're just gonna put the crab into the inkwell to play. If it's another Tipo, I'll flip my deck. Okay, we are gonna visions of the future. So that is nice because we can actually sculpt our hand to be a little bit better against the situation, because if we don't do something soon, and hopefully Ruby is our second mystery ink, because if not, we're in danger.
We really needed it to be Ruby. We also really needed to double ramp this turn.
Yes.
Inking the Tipo last turn might have been a grave error if he's trying to get to Be Prepared ink, but he also might have just drew that fishbone quill and didn't realize that he would have that play available to him.
Now, JDZ playing Ruby Sapphire would make me hope that there's a Maximus in it, but I'm not sure. But at this point, I don't know if we're even going to have time to see the second ink color because Daisy is going to
Right.
quest, and it's going to be a
Oh,
Clarabelle, which
Clarabelle.
will go into his hand and do nothing in this matchup. But now we know he's playing Bleen.
And now Alex knows that this is a 2-0. We can probably just get Katie right on the screen right now. There's no need to continue this. You have all witnessed a serious crime.
Yep.
And call an ambulance, please. JD needs it. He's in the middle of Arkansas.
Yeah,
between
but not
two
for
cornfields.
Yeah, call an ambulance, but not for Alex because they are going to zoom. And now that they have shifted that second power hamster, that horde is going to stay there. And honestly, what a fitting name for a group of hamsters because Rhino feels as though it would be a horde. And unfortunately, woo, Fred done well.
Fred. All right.
Okay, this is a card. This is a
Sure.
4/3. Comes in, gives something reckless, and also comes in exerted. So we're gonna double it down.
Okay, not bad. I would assume
Doesn't-
he picks the Daisy and the Cinderella.
I would think so because
the Rhinos are just
live
free
forever.
to challenge.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Taking
Judge,
notes.
notes. Judge, we're taking notes. The
Where's
judge
Phil?
is.
Where's Lorcana, man?
I know we're gonna need more judges in this match because we are taking notes, but that's fine.
And
But-
let's see if we have a song for this Cinderella. Just really punish JDZ here.
All right. Well,
I love this
mean,
witch laugh.
it's just like you're like, yeah, let's just punish JDZ more. I think with the double Louis, I mean, come on, that is a classic play that we've not seen done before.
What's
But
a
it's,
couple- what's a-
it's in our hearts, you know. That's
What's a
good
couple of alligators called?
an infestation, a problem.
It's
'Cause
called it's called Too Little, Too Late. Alex is gonna go ahead and sweep this. I kid, obviously. I love.
Wait, where did that alligator go?
Fixing his sleeve.
Oh, okay. I was like wondering. I was like, oh, did we scared him off? But yeah, and here in Florida, that's a problem. There's 2 alligators in your pool, 2 alligators in your yard.
With a child.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
Rough
why you're
time.
actually you legally have to have a cage around your pool, so your children and your alligators don't get into it. But we are going to go ahead and crash into one alligator.
Okay, that is a choice. One of my opponents
so
actually did that to me this weekend. They didn't realize that they could hit it first with their other characters. I'm sure Alex knows. She's an excellent judge. But maybe we've got a Naveen grab your sword situation here.
What a crazy thing for you to say just now. Like a Naveen grab your swords. I mean, that would be wild.
This is a
Because
4
that
swords
would be-
meta if I've ever seen one.
So- I mean, with this, we're just gonna get our boar. Look at
Right.
those hamsters turning sideways. Even you're gonna take both of those alligators into that hamster to even put a dent into a hamster, which is wild. I can understand a Madame Mim Fox not taking out a rhino, but it takes 2 alligators to take out that one hamster.
It's in a hamster ball. Okay, hamster no ball, not great.
Yeah.
Hamster just ball, not great. Hamster in ball, great.
Yeah.
I stole that line from Katie. I am taking it now.
Hamster sans
if
ball,
you
not
thought it
so
was
great.
funny,
Yeah.
if you thought it was funny, I came up with it myself.
Yep. So we definitely have now a Smee comes down. So that is quite a few lore. We're at 18. We're playing Bleen.
That's a rough one. We've now lost the option of Coil ink again with our Fishbone Quill, Sing Together Under the Sea, which I'm sure was exactly what was in JD's hand. The Mr. Smee saying, nope, not today. I've got crabs on my toes.
Yep. That's exactly what he said. But I mean, yeah, that was definitely, honestly, if we wanted to see Bleen pop off, watching turn 1 Daisy come down is the dream crushing thing that would happen to this deck, because this deck needs space. It needs space to be able to do its thing, because once it does set up, this deck is disgusting.
Oh yeah, only a terrible person would play it, honestly.
So listen,
I love JDZ.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that.
well, as somebody that just really made, and we're gonna scoop it up.
Yeah, and that's the game.
Yeah,
Right.
I actually just learned the joys of muses and singing that and having that in my storyboard in Heroic. And so now all of these Emerald and Sapphire cards together is addictive. But in this format, you cannot have a deck go under you, and that's exactly what Alex did. Just right on under.
Yep. Anyway, yeah, so JDZ on the play now, so it is possible that he somehow stumbles over himself and steals a game here, because I don't know if I've seen a worse matchup that he could have run into. Honestly.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I mean, it's just luck of the draw, right? Of like, hey, I paired into Amber Steel and they have Daisy in their deck.
A Hercules with Rush, maybe that is a card that exists in this game. I guess I don't know
Thank
how
God
this
we got
draw will
Garrett
help.
here.
Yeah,
Thank
Garrett,
God we got
what are you
Garrett here.
doing, my man? Like,
yeah, put some Forbidden Mountains up there. I was looking for any card that had the word color in it. Couldn't find anything. Oh, okay.
But see, it was too clever. It was too clever. We had a bunch
Right.
of clumsy cards in there as JDZ trips over his. Yeah. Okay.
I should have got it on the Clarabelle. Rob Serpe did cosplay as Clarabelle with apples and would drop them in front of people.
Oh, I love that. They were at Ink, and he did the whole goofy one, and he actually had waffles.
Yes. Yes.
It was lovely. I just such a good cosplayer, such a good player. Because in Texas just absolutely topped the main event too in Texas.
Yep. That's what happens when he doesn't spend 3 hours getting dressed in the morning. I've shared a room with him multiple times. Yeah, when his alarm goes off at 5 a.m. so he can look his best. Not good for Dicky Boy here.
Oh gosh, honestly, phenomenal player. And he was playing his own kind of Amber Steel variant in Texas, and it was so funny because he would finish his rounds so early and then just come and sit down and be like, "Hey, color." I'd be like, "Hey, did you?" He's like, "Oh, I won." He was literally like 9-0 or something crazy by the end of the day.
Yeah,
it was a wild, great run.
Very, very humble.
Very, very much so. But
Unlike,
that's not who's playing right now. Unlike
JDZ here, getting paid to use this Sharp Gaming playmat.
You know that my man is probably set up in a closet somewhere right next to the area that he will be casting for this weekend coming up on this tournament. So shout out to our casters for doing the most at all times.
Yeah, I'm sure Katie is standing right next to him saying, I swear, if it all comes down to me, I'm getting on a flight and going home, JD.
She's in his ear like, don't you do this to me. You lock in. You lock in.
She's rubbing her labubus for good luck.
All 46 of them.
Is that a
Japanese? Develop your brain. So we
are
going to
mark cards.
We're going to do it again. So we're going to turn one developer brain. And since we are on the play, hopefully that sculpts our hand a little bit better. And now that we know that we were playing against the worst matchup, maybe we know how to beat it. So we're going to go get those cards.
Does she have the sour cream?
Yep.
Yep. And that's all, folks. So the post-match interviews will be right up anytime now.
Oh, yeah, that Daisy. And because of the nature of JDZ's deck, that Daisy is going to bottom, I don't know, what, 40... 50% of it is going straight to the bottom. So unfortunate. He is getting cooked, but if there's anybody that's going to be a great spirit about it, I honestly would kill to have the audio for him being getting cooked right now. I bet it's a fun game.
Now,
yeah.
Of course, Mr. Bick Durns is listening, and my God, the things he must be saying, the money he must be ripping in front of everyone is just oof.
I know the bit, and it still hurts my heart every time. Tipo into the inkwell, where he deserves to be, but not in this matchup, not sitting next to a Daisy. At this point, you're like, let me get 4 Tipos on board, so maybe I can crash into this Daisy. It's fine. Strength goes into
2 strengths in a row, which is great, because not a lot of the targets get it out of the way early. It's not something you want to be drawn later when you really need to close out the game, if JDZ can find a way to stabilize here.
Right, and we did see Daisy bottom another action, so she's just going to continuously kind of quest for free. I'm not quite sure. I don't really play Bleen that much, but I am assuming that there aren't great answers until we get a Muses down and start maybe singing songs, potentially.
Yeah, really, Lewis and Muses. And we got the whole sour cream factory here.
Right, so we got Daisy, Rhino, and so we're going to watch a Rhino get shifted next turn and be immortal, unless we can find a Sapphire Coil or another game. But look at all those daisies. That is a waddling. That is
It's
a waddling.
beautiful. It's
Yeah.
absolutely beautiful. Collecting all her prizes. Big prize. JDZ doesn't get one.
Nope, she is Alex's date. She's not Donald's date, nor JDZ's. And as we see another big old Fred into the inkwell. And Bell. Okay, so we can ink
Okay.
an extra turn.
Bell can help.
Bell can ramp and get us kind of there, wherever there is. And it's signed. And I would love to know who signed it.
Me, obviously. I'm the most famous guy in the game.
Clearly, you're signing Bells. Fishbone Quill into the inkwell.
I'd love to get Tom Nook to sign me a Bell. 2 people understand that joke.
That's fine. It's not for everybody, and we'll literally be making a note of it so I can understand it later. Animal Crossing joke. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't.
Inking a Pete.
Whoa! To shift the rhino, the bad thing happened. Okay, so the worst thing that can happen.
Perception was fantastic. That rhino looked huge.
Into another rhino. Okay, so we have a waddling grouped with a horde, and this zoo is going to go on the quests to get the lore to continue to.
Judge, we better flip those cards from Daisy, unless she's singing together. All right. Down to the bottom.
It's straight to the bottom.
And popsicle to the bottom.
Straight to the bottom. Well, we're getting cooked quickly, and that feels better. Because JDZ is a busy man, and he's got stuff to do. So getting cooked this fast is actually probably beneficial to him. So,
absolutely. He's got his bags to make sure Delta didn't lose this time. He's got Uncrustables to eat. If he's hanging out with Katie tonight, boosties will be cracked, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Judge, note keeping 2 dice on that hand. It is fun watching the judges because
to just kind of like go after them a little bit. I think.
Yeah, the judges are always in my ear.
Okay, and we're gonna. You're welcome.
What can we say?
Except you're welcome, and that at least it's not a let it go, because a let it go just uber ramps our opponent here because we have that shifted rhino. But we are going to send 2 back, and we're going to draw 2. So technically, it's going to replace themselves, and hopefully they aren't more aggro war crimes. But hey,
good scenario for JDZ here.
That's a pretty good one. Yeah, you're welcome into some other stuff, so we might be able to stabilize at this point. Bell is not great at fighting back, but the rhino was the problem. So let's see. We've 6 for John Silver. Okay. Oh, our set 1 king. We will see him return, and we're seeing him again now as he comes in and grants. Let's see. Let's go with the rhino as reckless. That'd be crazy. So yes, it is the Daisy.
Yeah. I don't know if the casters got the memo. We actually don't have a certain quota for set 4 through 1 cards, even though rotation is coming up. You don't have to play fish hooks. You don't have to play John Silvers. You can put playable cards in your deck tonight, but it's okay, because we're not here for a long time if you're JDZ, so we're here to have a good time.
Oh, well, we'll see. And we do see Penny come down, and Penny's actually great to come down because she does give resist. And that's kind of, we could have done that in the opposite way, because I do feel like if we bopped into Bell, but we wanted the resist, we would have ended in the same spot, in all honesty, because Penny does heal when she comes down as well.
Penny does heal, which people don't realize.
Nope. So definitely Penny a great one to come down, because, Bell only having 2 strength, we're going to have that be a little less painful for the Daisy.
And we need to flip a card for that Daisy. There we go. Mm-hmm. They caught it as JDZ readying on his opponent's turn. What a villain.
As we've established, is a sin. So unfortunate.
If Ravensburger is out there watching, I will not commentate like this at a DLC, I promise. If they're
out there watching, I am cooked. So we are just going to operate on the fact that everything, we're just all friends here.
You can only look good next to me.
Here.
And JDZ would love an Under the Sea here. I don't know if it's his deck. That card's playable. Might not have made the cut. Maybe he's got something like Bend to My Will against his opponent's hyper aggro deck.
This is truly the worst timeline for JDZ. It is. And that is unfortunate, because I do love seeing these set 1 cards kind of coming back and shining a little bit more. And again, we were talking about that Penny. Honestly, every time that Penny comes down, I'm always like, that card is bananas. And it's just like this little innocuous She's just Bolt's person, but she's a pal. Yeah, bananas. So yeah, and we do see JDZ is maybe taking some time to think. We have quite a few ink here. We have 6, so we can do stuff. Yeah, again, we could sing under the sea. We can quickly ink something that is a secret.
You're welcome.
Okay.
For a Fred.
For a Fred
Listen,
that says when you
when
can
play
look through when you play a Floodborn.
Sorry, when it
quests.
Yeah, when it quests, reveal cards from the top of your deck until you
Right.
reveal a Floodborn character. Put that in your hand, and the rest
Yes.
on the bottom of the deck, I believe.
Yes.
Not gonna lie, it's on screen. I can't read that. Luckily, I'm an encyclopedia of useless knowledge.
And notably, the John Silver is enough strength to go ahead and get through those Rhino's power hamster ball and take him down. So there you go, everyone. That is your Rhino answer. It is John Silver of all characters. But I have not actually had a chance to see this Fred pop off yet. There was one chance in Heroic where it was going to pop off, and then it got let it go. And I was never more sad. So hopefully we watch this quest and do his thing.
2 things. 1, this Bell quest pretty scary if there's a Rapunzel in Alex's hand. 2,
there is.
Heroic is probably the only time you're going to see this Fred pop off. Only JDZ would play this in an actual event.
This is constructive competitive, and JDZ is going to make his own rules, and I want to see it work so well. Okay, so we do have a Rhino come down. We did not see the Rapunzel, which would have been a huge punish in terms of that, and especially with that Daisy just kind of still sitting there with the one. And we're gonna just that's fine though. That's fine though. That's honestly at this point we want characters. Send Bend of My Will is not gonna do anything into Alex because they didn't use a Rapunzel. So those extra cards really aren't gonna do you take my 2 cards? You spent 7 ink to take 2 cards from me? That's crazy. Play to the board. Try to win this game. And hopefully we can see him Visions of the Future.
Visions, ideal draw here. Why draw 1 card when you can look at 5, honestly?
I mean, quest with Fred, and you can look through your whole deck.
It would be great if he had no targets in there, and he just
got to fly straight through the deck, and then So we're gonna develop here too. So whatever Fred finds is probably not going to be able to be played this turn unless he finds just like a really cute 4-cost
Donald Duck, Perfect Gentleman, right off the top.
That is a legal Disney Lorcana card. Yeah, let's see. Now, Penny, we are going to lose our John Silver, unfortunately, which is, again, unfortunate because we do have the Rhino there, and Rhino seems to be only taken out by a John Silver in this matchup. Belle is not really supposed to be challenging. That is not her thing. And so it does become a little bit... Yep, she likes to read. She likes to quest. She likes to, help you gain knowledge by giving you more ink in your inkwell. But her bopping into Penny here, it's got to hurt. It's got to hurt, but it has to be done.
And I believe we accidentally put 2 damage on it. There we go. They got it.
Yep.
Our excellent judges at the ICL.
They're on it. And they're on the wins too. So yeah, after this, hopefully, I mean, I'd love to see a game 3. I would love to see a game 3.
Absolutely.
But if Alex sweeps this, then my prediction is going to be right because then Katie's going to win the next match, and it'll be. Well, yeah, no, I said Katie's going to win. I'm going to be wrong either way, but Katie, you're going to do great. You're lovely, and you're going to do amazing. Oh, Daisy down, John Silver down. And Fred is just there to do some bopping, and then we're gonna let it go on the Rhino. Okay, and then we're gonna
not enough ink for the let it go.
Okay, I was like, wait, what just happened?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna scoop it up.
I would say it was a close one, but I don't like to lie.
Yeah, there was some things that happened in an order that was unfortunate, and the order was that JDZ had to play into his worst matchup, and it's just unfortunate. Let's see.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay.
Discord.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
JDZ, you got cooked.
Hey, what I'm supposed to do, man? Come on, man. Help me out. Help me out, man. Give me something, man. All right. Give me. Hey.
I got a.
Oh, look at that! I got a face cam. I don't think I want to. Okay.
JD, we have something in common, man. We both got 2-0'd on the ICL.
Hey, you know
Brothers
what?
in orange.
Listen. I got
You-
excuses, but I'm not going to give them all. All right.
You
There are.
you
Listen.
you don't even need
I was
excuses.
I was supposed to play a different deck. Okay, I was supposed to play a different deck. I brought this deck to tool around with. This is the last deck I played on stream, and that is like my absolute worst possible matchup I could have ever asked for.
Absolutely,
Okay,
yes.
that's all I needed to do was just not have that happen, and
Mhm.
I could have been okay. Okay, I was waiting for the Ruby Sapphires, waiting for the meta stuff, or not the meta stuff, but not that. Okay, I needed that to not happen, but it is what it is. Arcus played very well. I think her deck is great, and I just suck, man. I gotta get better. That's it. No excuses.
No, I
Yeah.
mean that was definitely your worst matchup. And I mean, if you ever watched the playback back, which don't, because Dick
I
was
won't.
really nice to you and said amazing things the whole
Dick
time.
was
So
in the
don't watch
booth?
it. Yeah, Dick Burns was
Dude,
in the booth.
hopefully said kind things to me, man. I'd say nothing but nice things to Dick.
Of course,
And
they're
I tried my
praising you the
best.
whole time. There's
Please,
just
if you-
nothing you can do.
He had
That's-
faith in you the whole time.
Yeah,
I was trying.
believe in you.
Dude, I glazed Dick Burns so hard. Okay, AO, no pause. That I would expect him. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Sorry. I lost. I'll shut up. Let Arcus take her victory lap, dude. I'll shut my mouth.
I did. Okay, I know you do. I want to hear the victory lap. I do. I really, really do. But you played Fred. You
Yes.
played Fred in a competitive
right,
part of town,
all right.
and you need to explain yourself.
All right,
please.
listen. If you know me, okay, shout out to Ed Chu. If you know me, shout out to Ed Chu, shout out to SLTC, shout out to all the real Fred believers out there. I firmly, in my heart, I believe that Fred is a great card. And I believe post-rotation, he's going to be a
Well,
very,
yes.
very, very
Yes.
good card, okay? This
Yes.
deck I'm playing is probably going to – it's just a deck that I just like to play. It's a lot of fun for me. And when it works, it's chill, okay? When you're getting ripped apart by aggro, it's not as chill. But I added some cards to help with aggro and the John Silvers and the Lewis, and it still didn't work. Couldn't get to the Under the Sea and all that stuff, so it's going to be like that a port. But seriously, I think the card is really fun. I think the card is quite good, but clearly by that showing, it wasn't. So probably don't play Fred.
No, this was my second chance in all of Disney Lorcana to see Fred pop off, and the first time he got let it go, and now the second time he challenged. So I don't know if I'm ever destined to see him do his thing, but I definitely want somebody to build a deck with Fred and then just not have any Floodborn in their deck. That's my dream.
That's a vibe. Yeah. The card. I honestly believe, and I'm on the Fred bandwagon. I think the card is great. I think the card is going to be a serious meta contender going on into post rotation. So I'm trying to get my Fred on now to Fred Clarabelle. I mean, that's it. But the deck sucks. I suck, and that's it. I mean, that's pretty much that's all it is.
So Alex, congratulations.
Oh, they can't see us.
Katie!
Hi, Katie.
Oh my
Sorry.
god, that
Oh.
face. The face she just gave.
No, the thing is
They
because it's all writing on Katie. So now this is what you've done.
Oh,
That's what I did. I did it on
Yeah,
purpose. I want to put.
because
I
you
want to
want
make the.
Katie's
Yeah,
gonna
there it
be
is.
the-
There it is.
Yep. It's all on
But-
Katie, and that's what's going to happen. But Alex, please tell us about your win. Tell us how you smoked JDZ.
well, I will say that was not fun for me. I feel like I need to make that known. To do that to JDZ is heartbreaking. Like, look at that face. It's such a lovable face, and that was
know,
not
they can't see
enjoyable.
it, but it is lovable.
But
I think
I
Kat,
will.
I think Kat enjoyed it. To be fair,
Yeah,
Oh,
it's okay.
well.
It's okay.
It's all about the viewers, I guess. But I did also want to mention that I do agree about Fred. He's in my Big
Ooh.
Hero Shift deck. He puts in work, and I will stand by that. So, but yeah, this is honestly every set I play something different. So this is kind of my first time actually making Amber Steel to any type of competitive event, we should say. And I normally don't play. I normally judge. So this has been fun.
I mean, you drew exceptionally well. You had Daisy
have
on
to
one both
say-
games. You shifted
Played
Rhino
very well.
several times. Like you had
Yes.
the lines that needed to happen, and they happened. You even inked the Piglet to play double Rhino to then shift Rhino. That was crazy. You were like, I don't need Piglet. That doesn't matter. I'm just going to set myself up to shift two cards that are literally unremovable. Just they live
I-
forever.
I can't. I was gonna say I can't take full credit for that. There's a certain ETB player
Oh,
that
no,
is
don't say it, baby.
well-versed.
No. Oh, come on. He didn't
Who
need that.
has
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
been-
I'm kidding.
who has been very helpful for me in like telling me and teaching me what the different lines are.
Mhm.
So, I can't take full credit for those minute decisions like that since he didn't help me figure that part out. But oh gosh, yeah, his decks no, but personality absolutely.
Awesome. Well, I mean, you played really, really well, and it definitely showed that, you know, you have been paying attention and playing with some of the best, allegedly. I'm just kidding.
I will say having seen ETB here definitely helps me as a player, whether I like it or not.
Oh,
I learn a lot from them. So
that's awesome. What, JDZ, what deck were you going to play?
I was probably gonna play Ruby Sapphire Sharks or something like that. I probably got cooked just the
Maximus.
same. I probably got cooked just the same, you know. But I was gonna try something a little more meta. I would get, but this deck is great. I believe in it, and I no regrets. Okay, no regrets. I think Arcus just outplayed me. She outmaneuvered me. She outskilled me, and it was evident. I mean, clearly, it was just a clean cut execution. I got to get better. I got to train harder. I got to play better. I got to watch these players. I got to read some more guides, dude. I got to lock in. No excuses. Play like a champion.
There you
Shout out
go.
to
to make that my new ringtone.
A Be Prepared would have helped. Is that what
Be
you're saying,
prepared.
Luke?
Be prepared. And Sisu would have got me. Something like that. I would have had. I do have Under the Sea in my deck. I would have had to draw on it at some point. But yeah. With the vision, that would have been neat. And that'd have been nice. But you know what? That's how it goes, man. That's how the cookie crumble. This ain't.
Listen, JD.
Yo.
All right.
Lock me in, dude.
I
Please.
praised you the whole time. I
appreciate
predicted that you were going to win. I think the Fred was great. I think the whole deck idea was great. Fishbone Quill never been better than it is right now. I think you played perfectly from A to JDZ. It just wasn't your night. All right, it just wasn't your night.
You know what, Dick?
And, you know, I'm just so glad I got to commentate one of your matches.
Thank you so much, man.
you
If I had
could call it a
100,
match.
if I had a $200 bill, I'd rip it right now. Okay, in your honor. Okay, and thank you
Are we
so much,
ripping
bro.
real money?
I'm ripping whatever for Dick, dude.
Isn't that a felony?
Listen,
Sorry.
I type it all the time, but I'll say it. I love Dick. Okay, everyone's looking at me like I'm a psycho because I'm talking. There's a whole dojo full of players here, and I'm screaming this from the
here for it.
rafters. Okay,
Somebody clip it.
From the rafters.
I love Dick. Okay, Dick Burns specifically.
Should ever
okay?
clip that.
Don't
There.
clip it.
In
Don't
context,
clip
out of
it.
context, it doesn't matter.
It
Flip
doesn't
it.
matter.
There it is.
Soundboard.
Put that in. Put that in your gifts and smoke it, dude. There you go.
Well,
Right.
it seems like the perfect time for you to give shout outs in the middle of your Dick shout out.
Okay.
if you would like to keep
First,
going on that.
obviously, shout out to the greatest ever do it, Dick Burns, in the building, holding it down. I'm saying, and you guys in the ICL, pretty good. Okay, color, pretty good. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Bro, watch
But
that match
seriously,
back. Watch that
I'm-
match back. I said nice things about you, kind
Okay.
of.
No, I'm kidding. First, obviously, shout out to the judges, specifically my opponent, Arcus. Man, that was a lot of fun. She kept it really light. We had a good time as she was ripping my face off. It felt good. Like, it felt like a good situation there. Personally, I was having a good time while getting annihilated, which is a very hard thing to do. So shout out to her
That's
for
the
that.
nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
so shout out to the ICL, obviously, and shout out to Luke and all of my broadcast crew and everybody out there, and also shout out to Sharp Gaming, which is where I am right now. We are in the dojo out here in Fort Smith, Arkansas. There's going to be a tournament this weekend starting tomorrow. So if you guys are bored, you want to watch some high-profile Disney Lorcana, please tune in. JDT Quest on Twitch. I'll be here. Katie, Lord Keeper's in, who's coming up next. She'll be there. Liam from the Illumineer is going to be here in the dojo, locked in, laser focused. Hopefully, you guys all tune in, man. It's going to be a really fun experience. So hopefully, I see you guys all there tomorrow and Sunday and whenever. And Dick, dude, there it is.
And to finish it off with that, yeah, I mean, viewers like you, I honestly, that was one of the things I said. I was like, you know what? He's getting cooked right now, but I bet the audio is like the vibes are immaculate. So so honestly, this has been the most fun. So thank you to you guys, especially you, and like coming up, Katie. Like, you guys are out there just in the wild, in the caster wild, doing your thing, but also being players, but also getting cooked. But Katie's not going to get cooked. Katie's not going to get cooked.
Katie's not going to get cooked. She's locked in.
No.
She's on another level. We want the dramatic finish.
At all.
Okay, you got this. She's focused right now. She's fully focused.
She is probably pacing back and forth, freaking out. Don't lie.
She literally is. Like, yeah, she actually is. That's so funny.
ADZ,
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna throw
you
up.
might not know,
okay?
me, you, and Garrick
Throw
have
up. You're so cute.
Yeah.
me, you and Garrick have a garlic bread date. at Gen Con?
Oh, we
just
do.
saying?
We do.
I'm down. Let's
It's
do
like-
it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you guys are going to Lady and the Tramp an entire garlic bread baguette. I don't know what they said.
like a
Like,
three-
we
three-way?
didn't have to tell him
Yeah.
right now, but yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
Not
I
really.
wanted
It's
to-
a blow up.
Surprise!
Yeah,
It was
we
a
were gonna
surprise,
say
man. You
Friday,
ruined it.
but-
No, he
Okay.
might
Well-
need to prepare. That's a kind of
Okay.
a crazy ask. So I wanted to give him
No.
a heads up.
Anything for Garrick
I-
and Dick? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? It's anything. It's on site.
Our names are on it too.
Garrick, Dick. There you go. Good Derek, dude. Something like that.
Can I
We'll work
send
on it.
out a
Workshop
formal
it.
apology to Katie? I'm so sorry, Katie.
Oh,
I'm sending out a formal apology to her.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, everybody be nice to me.
Because now the pressure's on.
When did childhood Katie get here?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll let you guys go so she can hop in and do the thing. But again, thank you guys for allowing me to get smoked. And I wish I had a better showing. I let myself down. I let my community down. Okay.
no,
Sorry,
no one
sorry,
does that.
casters.
You guys always say that, like, oh, and I'm sorry I let my team down. That is like the saddest thing. Nobody, if you guys show up, no matter who you are, if you're casting, you're playing, nobody's letting anybody down, whether you win or lose. Please stop saying that. It makes me so
I'll play
sad.
round 3.
Or everything.
We're not a real
else
team anyway.
is
Yeah,
Really
believe me.
based on this, and
Alright.
you'll live in shame if you lose. But on
Absolutely.
that
What's wrong with you
note, we're
people?
gonna jump back to the booth, so you can't hear
you
Discord
wrong?
people anymore. They can't hear anymore. I don't know. I can't hear them anymore either. But they're gonna swap cameras over for us so we can get to the next game. Do you have any predictions on what you think is gonna happen in the next game? Dick, you're still muted in video.
Katie's gonna take this. She's got this. I'm excited.
You're still muted, Dick. You have
Katie,
a
let's
little
go.
red- There you go.
I see her. Katie has great
Everyone's just
tattoos.
voting for Katie.
She just has like Katie has great tattoos because she always has her professional blazer on. She always looks amazing. But like right now, I can see her. She's got like a whole sleeve. It looks really good. So
Y'all are hilarious. Katie's getting O2'd.
He's
She's
such a
gonna
nice
be-
guy.
You're gonna be
Good
sleeping
guy,
with
Dick.
her Lulaboos tonight, holding them dear to her heart, as she has to explain how she commentates twice as many matches as anyone else is, and still gets O2'd.
she's not though. I don't think she
Katie's
is. I
gonna
think
bring it over.
Dick, you need to deafen
Casters.
yourself in Discord so we don't
she's
hear
probably like thrown up a couple times. So somebody mute Katie.
No, Dick needs to deafen himself in Discord.
Yeah. Dick.
There we go.
I got
There
it.
we go. Yeah.
have-
So
I only have one screen here. I'm sorry, everyone.
He's doing his best.
Someone needs to buy this man a second and third monitor.
I am the most sponsored guy in the game, but my kids
How do you
take
not
all my
have
money.
that?
My kids
He
take
rips
all my
money
money,
up on stream and he can't even afford a
and
second
I
monitor.
rip it all up.
because you rip it up and
I
your
can't
kids
get
take
any
the
to
rest.
the bank account.
They need to be
He's
fed
flashing
breakfast, lunch,
$100
and dinner.
bills and
That's important.
Benjamin's
None of your
here.
Are none of your
What?
sponsors like electronics companies? Like, come on.
Get Best Buy in there.
No,
Somebody
half
there.
of them are food companies. Look at me. The other half are sleeve companies or like local game stores, and those don't make a profit. I get it. I
They
get
pay all their money to you. I mean,
Yeah.
how
And
are
you
they
just
gonna
tear it up.
turn a
And you
profit?
tear it up.
I get infinite free sleeves. I get free 2 cases every set release.
Oh no,
and
Katie's playing Judge Phil.
I get a bunch of food sent to me by Tokyo Co.
Let's go.
Just spoiling next round. What are
How
you
is that? How is that a spoiler? We saw player
Wow.
cards in the process of elimination. If you haven't gotten it by now, I'm sorry I spoiled
Spoiling
it
the
for
third
you.
round, spoiling our date with KDZ.
I know.
I know.
And that's why Luke literally told me at like right before Worlds, he was like, "Do not talk to people anymore." He's like, "The sentence you just
I
said told me so
remember
much
this.
information," and I was like, "What did I even say?" I was just talking about like what
Just
I did
walked
last
up
night.
to someone. Here's their lineup, guys. What do you
No,
think?
I was
She
just
was
like, oh, the
like-
other day, I was like, hanging out with blah 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 blah, and he was like, the thing that you just told me so much information, and I was like, what? He's like, don't repeat that. And I was like, oh come on. I was like, I'm just not gonna talk
literally-
to like
gave a suggestion on a list that Ed might be playing based on who
I didn't
he
know.
was
I
playing
didn't.
a
Oh no,
game
I
with,
didn't. No, I
based
didn't.
on
I
the
didn't
deck
do that.
that
I didn't
person
say
had just
that. I didn't.
posted.
I
Ed,
didn't.
thoughts?
I just
She
no.
had
I was
no
hanging-
idea
no,
what she
no.
did. She had no
I
idea
was
what
in
she did, but
Discord.
so much information was
I
like
didn't. I
almost
didn't even
given.
say any of that. I didn't even give specifics. I was just like, oh, I was hanging out in Discord with Ed and blah 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 blah, and then this person said something really funny, and that's
that was
literally all I said.
needed.
And
That's all
Luke
I
passed
needed.
that information on to DKP, and we saw what happened
Yep.
in the finals.
Yep.
So
I'm a secret.
I was
WCC
horrified
member.
after he said that. Because when I was hanging out with Ed, he's like, "Oh, Ashley's gonna go spill all the secrets to Maelstrom," and I was just like, "I would never do that." I'm like, because I'm okay,
That
I'm
was
stupid,
it.
so
You
I did do
were-
that.
You were telling that joke, and telling that joke
Oh,
accidentally
yeah.
made you tell the secrets that they literally said you were going to do.
I'm a vault. If any North American Championship or Worlds players want to DM me all their information, secrets, and all
Actually,
that,
no,
I
wait a minute,
won't tell
Garrett. Hold
anyone.
on, wait a minute. You literally leaked that thing on the Engage
I
stream.
never did that, and I don't know what you're talking about.
You absolutely did.
No,
I
I didn't.
posted Vivian's lineup on Twitter and no one noticed.
That's true.
Oh my god.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, Color. So
I literally dropped a huge bomb of information on the
it
Engage
wasn't
one.
even true. So I
It
was
wasn't
just
true
making
yet.
stuff up.
You sabotaged it because
Maybe
it
I
wasn't
did because
finalized.
he's gonna join our team.
All right, we're ready now to start the last round. So we'll all be back here afterwards to chit chat. But here we go.
Let's go. Who's
Oh,
going
and we
to
are
be
back.
on card duty though?
Oh, I want to see Color on card duty. Oh,
Yeah.
I can't wait. She's the best at duty. All right.
And
Oh, and
we're
look
just-
at Katie.
We're
inking in
getting
person
started here.
for a Rhino.
We
Now Katie.
have. Oh, that's
Um,
awesome.
Yeah, unfortunately, she does have a pretty bad coach with this deck, so she might not win. But yeah.
The coach knows who they are.
And yes, Luke is reminding me that you cannot hear him. It was even funnier if I did not acknowledge that no one could hear. But anyway, Garrick, it's so good to be in the booth with you. First time?
Yeah, first time us together in the booth, and it's going to be electric. Like this match is surely going to be electric, as well as Judge Phil is going to try and get his ramp on and not do what happened to JDZ in the last match with Sapphire versus Amber here.
Yeah, Judge Phil playing a real deck. I'm assuming Ruby Sapphire here. Shirtless boy on turn 2. Being able to combat some of this a little bit. Shirtless boy goes down though.
Yeah, one of the only real targets for Let the Storm Rage on in most Sapphire decks. So get that out of the hand early. Start developing your board. Here we have the Ariel come down, a classic card that has just been
Is that
been in the meta
voiceless?
forever. Yeah, it seems like it.
Voiceless Ariel. Wow. This is payback for me and Katie making fun of everyone who missed on the Ariels in Texas. Karma exists, and you're seeing it here, folks.
Yeah, I mean, I like to have a counter every single tournament I do with the Ariel. How many does she hit? How many does she miss? And do we have this? No, we have Grandma Tala coming down.
Best singer in the game.
Yeah, singing How Far I'll Go, and it's very appropriate. I mean, a Moana song, a Moana singer.
Yeah, people talk about there's no theme decks. I don't know what you're talking about. Maui, excellent singer.
I mean, Ruby Sapphire is just a Moana theme deck, 100%.
Yeah.
You got Tamatoa, you've got all the songs, you've got the Talas, you've got everything in there. I'll be honest, you know the McDonald's slogan is like billions and billions served. The Grandma Tala slogan should be billions and billions of How Far I'll Go sung, because I feel like the number has to be reaching that.
Right. As soon as people stopped playing the Maleficent 3-drop to sing Friends, this was by far the most common pair, right?
Yeah.
Choosing to hard cast and Along Came Zeus. Could have sang it with the Ursula or Ariel, but maybe lacking a lot of threats in hand or having a lot of uninkables in hand.
Yeah. We'll see if we just go for a quest with all 3 here or just the 2. It always feels nice to keep your Singer 5 up, especially if you're playing a whole new world variant.
Yeah. Also, love this hand protector here.
Yeah, that
The
McDonald's talking about it.
the McDonald's little little. I can't remember what they're called right now. I think it's Little Bites or something. My kids are trying to collect all of these, which has been a nightmare for my wallet.
Is that their new like Happy Meal toy thing? Or
Yeah. Fortunately, Happy Meals are only $1.50 because I live in the South, and the South is not part of America. It's
okay.
nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like $10
$1.50
for me. So
$1.50 after the coupon.
oh, the coupon comes through as we play How Far I'll Go the old-fashioned way for Phil here. And he was setting it up. He had it locked and loaded, ready to go. Grandma Tala singing How Far I'll Go, but had to do it.
Yeah, Katie would love to have a whole new world here. Or as some people have been playing, right? The Sing Together, you only get 3 cards, Beyond the Horizons.
It looks like we might be getting that, or are we just questing and passing?
Yeah, I think she might be stuck on Inkable Threats.
Yeah.
Although I do like, if you're stuck with Storms in hand, I like just Storm in my own character. It could take the heat off the Ariel if she storms the Ursula, because it's like, well, do I want to leave that around in case she draws Rapunzel? One of those big moves that that works out sometimes. And there is the Maui.
Yeah, the Maui comes down. I've been talking to my teammate Witty a lot, who made it in the top 8 of the PPG event that you were casting. Nice. He played against Rob in the top 8, but he was playing this deck and talking to Sky about it a lot as well. And he was running me through some of the lines, telling me the amount of times I storm my own characters just to get Rapunzel value is absolutely insane. So it's definitely a line that these decks like to take, especially in the current meta.
And a lot of people only like to do it when they have the Rapunzel already, which she did have a Rapunzel. Looks like no song to get the value off of. Yeah, just a handful of Zeuses.
Yeah, might just be every card in her hand. I wonder if she had that Rapunzel last turn or just drew it this turn for ink, as we do see the signed beast come down onto the board by
do a backflip.
Wonderland himself.
Signed by some random scrub who's not even qualified for Worlds right now. I don't know.
That's true. He's not.
Also, shout out to
that Be Prepared.
That's a rough one there. The Be Prepared. Shout out to whoever's doing cards right now. They're actually doing a great job at it, so it couldn't be color, but
that Amethyst Zeus come down was amazing.
Oh,
it was a handful.
That was just a handful of Zeuses. This is a rough one. It's already a bad matchup.
You need the Zeuses for later, for like Tamatoas and the Maui Sharks, and now 3 of them are gone, so it feels a little bit doomed if you're Katie, but if you can get your board wide enough and chain Pete's, you can strength of Raging Fire Maui Sharks.
Let's see, me and Katie also witnessed a Be Our Guest, No Guest at PPG.
Nobody at the door.
But she has drawn all of her uninkable songs already, so we've got to have something here, I would think.
Yeah, Be Our Guest with no characters. Absolutely brutal as we take the Rapunzel. Maybe not the one you want to find exactly when you just have a dock out there, not the beefiest guy to draw cards with Rapunzel, but I guess you could storm him and draw 2.
And let's see if Phil just slams a Sisu here. Nope, 6. Yep, Maui Shark. Do.
Yeah, he knows all those Zeuses are gone, so the Maui Shark is very, very safe, as we're going to take a look into the future here and find the exact perfect card that we're going to need to take care of this board, I'm sure.
2020 Vision, finally getting on the lore, or getting in on some lore for Phil.
Yep. How do you feel when your opponent plays Vision of the Future? You're like, yep, well, I lose. They're going to find exactly what they need. Or you're like, whatever.
I'm fairly sure they're cheating.
Okay,
how is it even possible that Develop looks at 2 and Vision doesn't look at 4?
Speaking of 4,
with the case, along came Zeus.
Yeah. How many
has to be
Titans
like,
did
this
Zeus
is unbelievable.
banish?
Luckily, Katie does play 7 along came Zeus.
Yeah, that was really smart of her to stack her deck that way.
Yeah, Phil can't deck checker from all the way across America.
That is true. And she played it again the old-fashioned way. I think she has 1 card left in hand. That should be the Rapunzel that we saw earlier. But Phil was feeling pretty good with that Maui as the Tamatoa comes down, which is just as annoying as the popsicle is just going to be forever recycled. But we haven't seen the carpet bag quite yet.
Oh, carpet bag, brutal. Carpet bag decides so much.
Yeah, it does.
I love this Tamatoa drab little crab that we have on screen here.
Yeah, the little
But,
1-4.
One of the rare matchups where like the 4/5 body is actually just incredible. Like usually 6 cost, 4/5, you're really just paying 8 to draw 2 cards. But here, I mean, unless she finds her 5th Zeus, it's gonna be eternal.
Yeah, that Tamatoa is just going to never be removed. And with the popsicles, you can just continually heal them up. And then, like we were talking about, if the carpet bag ever does come down, that little bit of tech has turned this deck into a complete monster. Because if they just get it online, they just do it forever. And you're like, okay, you just get to draw 2 cards every turn, no matter what. And there's nothing I can do about it unless I have item removal, which not a lot of decks are playing.
Yeah. The dock is exerted, right? It quested. Interesting quest before Aerial, because if we hit, let's say, Be Our Guest, we would like to maybe sing that to find another dock or a shift Rhino before we quest with the Rhino.
Yeah.
But, you know, Katie usually, she's an all-star caster. She can't also be the best Disney Lorcana player. It wouldn't be fair. I mean, personality, casting, and good at card games, no. That's sky levels of player.
Agree.
And there's that carpet bag.
Is. And it's funny, they all play one and they all find it in the top 20 every time. But to be fair, they do cycle through their entire deck throughout the game like twice. So
I was gonna say, when Visions of the Future says pay 2, look at the top 30 cards of your deck for some reason. And it's a common.
Very good. Yeah, Vision of the Future is
Oh, she's saying a Be Our Guest first? Okay. Sorry, we got chat correcting me. I'm trying to be more funny than good. I'm not here for the play-by-play. That's Garrick, all right? Garrick is much better than me. I'm here to entertain.
Well, you're not doing a fantastic job, that's for sure.
We'll step it up.
Oh, great. Thanks, boss. I'll take those $100 bills that you send me anytime you want. So anyway, all right, Mr. Smee. I mean, as good a recovery as you're going to get, and then still
we are going to hit our Mr. Smee for 2.
Yep, because she still has that Rapunzel. She's a believer.
And if he sticks on the board, we are so back. And she's, I mean, to be fair, she's at 11. It's not impossible to get over the finish line here if she can get things going right for her. And Phil doesn't have a ton of cards in the hand. Of course, we know he can make use of the carpet bag.
Also, you know, just filtering through your entire deck to find anything that you could possibly need. The deck is just so brutal to play against. It's like, oh, they've got 2 cards in hand. That could be 10 different cards they look at.
Yeah, and there is one of the most troublesome cards for Amber Steel because they lack that challenge ability in the deck. A lot of their characters do not have a significant amount of strength, and they don't really have a way to get any more strength, at least not in the traditional builds that we see. Like, I don't think Katie's playing the Jafar that gives bonus strength, so it's really hard for them to remove these without their Zeuses, and she doesn't have, well, she has 3 left, but we'll see if she's able to find them.
Zeus's? Well, yeah, 3 out of 7.
Yeah. There's the Rapunzel that we were talking about, so we are going to be able to draw 2 here. What do you think about the manner at this point? Just ignore it and quest?
Yeah, you just have to ignore it. I mean, it's such a brutal matchup that there's just... You're barely getting over the finish line, right? Most of the times that you're playing against Ruby Sapphire. Let's see, we had an oopsie. Is it because he drew as his last possible option instead of drawing before the Macduff Manor? Oh, smart. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So unfortunately had the option to heal Mr. Smee with the popsicle. And it's just one of those lines. I especially think when you're playing online, just so difficult to like, you're looking at your computer screen, you're focusing on what's in your side of the board that's physically there. So that's something that I would probably miss online as well.
The super goof here, huge, removing the questing threat immediately and getting some more and leaving enough ink for another McDuck Manor. So Phil's got a lot of real estate over there that Katie has to be really, really worried about. And we do heal the super goof this time and get back our popsicle with that just absolutely crazy engine of the Merlin carpet bag.
Have you seen the people playing one of Vitalosphere as well? Because I got to play with that this week at my store, and one Vitalosphere with a carpet bag is just like insane in the mirror. They can never have a manor, basically.
Yeah, for sure. I played against one that was playing one Maui fishhook, and I was like,
"Oh yeah, okay, that was Red Rose.
That's mean."
Red Rose flew to you, just so
he would never touch Sapphire unless he was in disguise, there to troll me. But
yeah, he was dressed as Captain America.
You're right. Oh, so Katie's in like an almost unwinnable position here. She would have to find a way to just get a bunch of Smees out and hope they don't get removed and somehow just quest for game. Here we have a beast. It does quest for 2. Maybe she'll get to draw an additional 2 cards on top of that. Rapunzel here, kind of just sitting in no man's land.
Yeah, and it's rough when your opponent has a Goofy in play, but you just gotta quest with the Rapunzel, I think, because it could just get Sisu'd. It could just get eaten up for no value.
Yeah, this specific build of Amber Steel, as Habibi is saying in the chat, is just really, really hard to beat the Maui Shark deck with. I was talking to Witty again about this matchup because I've been practicing with this deck a lot, and he was like, you have to basically play perfect, and even then it's like 50-50 if you do everything exactly right and you draw great. And I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Namari over the Beast personally. It could have filtered some of those Zeuses earlier. It's also just never going to get banished by, Brawl, Medusa, anything.
Yeah, Namari really, really strong into the Maui Shark list because most of the time she's just going to one-shot those manners as well as dodging a lot of the removal. Other than Hades, we need to put that beast into the inkwell, Katie.
Come on, Phil. You got to tell her. You're the head judge. Playing a shirtless boy. Somewhere JDZ is crying. There goes the beast. Thank you so much.
JD probably watching in person, seeing the Tipo come down onto the board, and Katie has a ton of ink.
Also, no quest with the Goofy, which could be very smart if she had another Rapunzel.
Yeah, good point for sure. The Hades also sitting there as a beautiful potential Rapunzel trap, but when you have 2 McDuck Manors out, I don't think you care that much.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Phil's coasting at this point with those manors. He's a real estate mogul. He's retired at this point. He's got 2 mansions,
Yeah. It's not free real estate, but it's cheap enough and gains value so quickly. You just make so much off of it. I guess that's why it is the McDuck Manor. How much money is in the vault? Does anyone know in chat what Scrooge McDuck is worth?
Not
less than Dick Burns.
Not as much as Dick Burns. Yeah. I'm so glad we're both in the same page.
There goes the Tipo again, victim to the Let the Storm Rage On as he was early on in this match.
Someone get that boy an umbrella.
It is cold and a coat, please. He's freezing. Next turn.
I just don't see a series of cards that gets Katie out of this. Like, I don't like to just doom and gloom unless I'm doing it for fun, with JD. Shout out to him. But it's rough, and I love Amber Steel. This is my deck. This is what I was playing when we met.
Yeah.
And it's just so hard when you're this far behind. It feels like the world's against you.
Yeah, for sure. It's just one of those decks. I wouldn't say it's like a feast or famine deck, especially this type of build where you can hand fix tremendously with things like Be Our Guest and your Rapunzels and Beasts and things like that. But and Ariel, of course. But yeah, sometimes it feels a little bit feast or famine, and when you're feasting it feels unbeatable, but
Yeah.
when you're in the famine mode, you're like, I have one character on board, I can't do anything. Why is this happening to me?
And Phil just needing one more action, I believe, to close out the game this turn with that half shark. Oh, instead, you know what, we'll just
That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
we'll just trick on you. Will we even move in? I mean, all right.
And
yeah,
we're just
writing's
gonna
on the
go
wall.
next. Yep.
Yeah, it's a rough one.
Yeah, so if you are Katie, you are going into this game number 2. You're on the play. What is the ideal hand that you would like to see? How do you like to get started with this list? Do you want to go Rhino into Semi, into Shift Rhino into something else? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, it's especially rough because I don't think there's going to be daisies in this list, right?
No.
So, I mean, yeah. God, just any curve without songs. Any 7 cards without songs, honestly. Like that's your best bet. You want to like draw songs off the top when you can also sing them and use, say, a Rapunzel in the same turn, right?
Yep.
Another ideal thing might just be an Ursula on 2 and into a Rapunzel on 4. Stuff like that.
If you or someone you know has been impacted by Ruby Sapphire Control, please call 1-800-ROTATION, and we will have a subscription for you set up right away.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a rough one.
But yeah, I'll be really interested to see what they get back in rotation in Fabled. I saw DKP manifesting on Twitter earlier, and I wish there was a dislike button on that website, because he was like, Popsicle McDuck, like all these cards coming back, trust. And I was like, don't put that.
Yeah, totally.
Don't put that out there.
Original Bucky too.
Yeah, he'll be back.
Oh, but yeah, Katie on the play. And I will say, without a Whole New World, I would assume no Whole New Worlds in this deck with Doc. Without a Whole New Worlds, it's not as bad as traditional, but it's a rough one. We really don't want to see 4 Zeus early on.
Yeah, definitely not what you want to have if you're Katie that early in the game. Like we mentioned in game 1, they're great against Tamatoas and Maui Sharks, but those typically aren't played until a little bit later. So that's when you want to have them. You don't want to be Zeusing Grandma Tala, for instance. You'd much rather Strength of a Raging Fire that card and save the Zeuses for a clean removal option for those powerful demigods. And what is Tamatoa? He's some kind of godlike creature.
He's a drab little crab.
That's true.
Yeah, the games that you win the most when you're on Amber Seal is when your opponent like uses their whole turn to play Maui. You sing a Zeus and you play a Pete. Like those are when you're gonna double quests and your opponent can do absolutely nothing about it. Oh, inking is me, so probably very powerful hand from Katie.
Yeah, I would hope. Hopefully it's not like a bunch of uninkables and like Smee was the only option.
Right.
That would be horrible. So we'll see what comes down on turn number 2. Ideally, what do you think?
Well, if it's not another Smee or some kind of piglet, oh, there we go. I was going to say at least hopefully shift Rhino. Although a lot of people mistakenly shift the Rhino on 2 instead of playing the Smee, not realizing that in a few turns, you actually, 1, messed up your Rapunzel math, and 2, you would have gained more lore if you would have just like played the Smee and then had a shift Rhino 1 drop to follow that. Inking Tipo into Sail, as JDZ would approve of.
We're going to double pop, so that's just online for your Tamatoas for the rest of the game, which is really, really rough to see if you're Katie. Like, I hate to see 2 Popsicles this early because I know that they're going to hit the discard pile and they're going to come back into the game and just be recycled for eternity. So
yeah, and when you're playing against Rapunzel, you could pop their things.
Yeah, that's true. Hopefully Phil does not make that mistake again and realizes, hey, Rapunzel's in that deck. Let me heal up their stuff, because a lot of the time it doesn't matter too much, but we do get a Zeus in the hand, but we did have to ink an Ariel to play the Ariel.
Yeah. Also, I would have loved to have just played anything that quested for 2 instead of an aerial.
Mhm.
So it's a rough one. Maybe she drew into some of these aerials. Like the aerial probably would have went in my Inkwell turn 1 if I had the option
Yeah,
over the Mr. Smee.
Super Goof here is pretty rough.
Yeah.
If he does come down. Last game, it was the Grandma Tala. We will see. Here goes the Maui Shark. Does he have it? Exert 4? No.
Nope. Yeah. And it's one of those things that you just have to risk. Like, it's so bad. You can't also play around cards that aren't in play because you already have razor thin margins of even winning this matchup. It's a rough one. Amber Steel is my favorite deck. I stopped playing it because there's just too much Ruby Sapphire near me.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Phil will be on 6 next turn, so that is like the benefit of playing the How Far I'll Go. In my set championships on Saturday, I got to the finals and I was against Ruby Sapphire. I was playing Ruby Amethyst. My opponent played a Shark on turn 4 every single game, so that stunk for me, but he can't do that here because it will just get shot out of the sky by a terrifying lightning bolt from the God of Thunder himself.
I believe Phil inked a Shark, so probably has Tamatoa.
We're gonna grab a Rapunzel with that, and again,
we didn't sing.
Yeah, she played it for 2 ink, so I hope she has like a Smee or a Shift Rhino would be cool. Just got to get that lore total up faster.
Yeah, if you're gonna follow this up with a Shift Rhino or another 2-drop, like you said, it makes sense because then your Smee will have 2 damage on it. Your opponent doesn't have Be Prepared the following turn. They have to maybe use Popsicles on your own characters. So
questing for 3 up to 6. I think you also just quest with the aerial. But
yeah,
I mean.
Yeah, I'm not sure unless she's going to sing, say, Bare Necessities. I'm not sure what other songs there would be. Got a lore discrepancy question here.
We did see the quest get punished last game by a Maui hero to all, but I don't, like you said earlier, you have to turn your characters and you have to exert them and get to 20 as quickly as you can.
Yeah, sometimes playing around your opponent's cards that you haven't seen are just like giving them more power than is even printed on the card, which is scary.
Oh, it looks like we're just passing here. Nothing to do with the 2 ink. And Phil is going to play down the Maui hero to all.
Yeah, and we got to hit Smee here, right? Yeah.
Yep. Double heal with the Popsicles.
Yeah, it's a rough one. It is absolutely rough. I mean, when you're not chaining all this removal, when your opponent isn't giving you options to chain a bunch of removal and stuff like that, you're kind of just playing underpowered characters because the singer ability is what is making these characters such high impact to begin with. We do, I believe, have a Zeus in hand, right, from earlier. So the Maui can be dealt with.
4 cards in hand for Phil still, which is too many if you are Katie staring down the barrel of a 7th ink on the next turn at minimum for Phil. So he's getting to the point where he's just going to be able to remove everything every turn and just do everything that Ruby Sapphire wants to do and get into that control seat as your opponent is still only on 7.
Yeah, we can see why DKP willing to travel the entire world to play this deck.
Yeah.
It's just so strong.
It paid off. Bet on the deck, bet on himself, and look where he ended up. We are so pumped. I mean, I'm pumped for season 2. I could not be more excited to get back out there and start playing in some DLCs. I only got to play it in 1 last season, and I hopefully will be able to play in at least 2. I would love to cast the Infinity one. Just shout out to anybody that might be listening, but I would love to play in the 2 core constructed ones at the very least. I don't know if I want to walk into an Infinity DLC where every person is playing a Sapphire deck, but
I just can't wait to be in the same room with 3,000 players again.
Yeah. 3,000 of our closest friends.
And second best singer in the deck.
What happened here? Is he disgusted by those options? Oh, Pete. Yep, Pete.
Hey, you can Pete check your opponent, right?
Phil's got the character on the playmat. It's his signature guy. And he's like,
And right under Maui, it says JDZ lock in. Yeah.
It does. It does.
All right, that's a warning for Phil. 3 more of those, and he'll get a caution.
Pete is just one of those. His ability is so unique, even though he is ever present in Disney Lorcana, one of the best cards in the game. It is so unique that it'll catch anybody off guard, even Phil, who is one of the best judges in the game, and like Pete is his whole thing, right? It can still catch you off guard because there are so few cards that interact with you while you're doing your stuff. And Ruby Sapphire players just expect to be able to do, like, they're not worried about the other side of the board. They just want to do whatever they do, you know?
Yeah, and we got a whole nother year of dealing with this Pete.
Yeah, that's true. I'll be interested to see if any more cards are printed that do similar things as Pete does. Because we have the Space Pirate who does similar stuff.
Yeah. Oh my God. All that stuff, nightmare to deal with when you're. And I know, like, I'm an Amber Steel player. When your opponent Petes you and then shifts that Space Pirate, it's like, all right, guys, I'm just gonna go home. There is an 8Ks tournament hosted by TFM soon. In fact, it is release weekend of Fabled, up in Philadelphia. Check out TFM's social media for more info. Thanks, Luke. I'm sure the people couldn't hear me that time, and I just looked like I'm shilling for nothing. Yeah.
I'd like to take a pause in the action and tell you about.
Yeah, I'm just. Whoa, what, a beast? You don't need to hear about that.
Yeah, if we're shilling, there is an Ink open.
I'll be there
the week after that. Oh, awesome! Let's go.
Yeah,
it should be a lot of fun. But Ariel Zeus is the Tamatoa, one of the best available options. But the Maui survives, so he is going to take out either the Pete or the Ariel. Maybe he will take the Pete out just to spite him for. And
Katie,
then
it goes in the inkwell.
The beast needs to go in the inkwell again.
Also, I love how she pointed at the Ariel as like, oh, are you sure you don't want this one? This like 2/3 that's exerted that you can just challenge?
I have a really bad habit of, like, my opponent will do something, like they'll Elsa 5 or they'll let it go, and then I will like either exert or like reach for the card that I think is like worst for me. I need to stop doing that. Just let my opponent pick, because I've noticed a lot of the time when my opponent picks, they don't pick the thing I would have, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I should stop giving them free information.
Are we shooting our own Pete? Are we doing it? We're doing the thing? Yes, love it.
Draw 3 for ink. Feels pretty good.
And luckily, Katie exerts her ink with Rapunzel. A lot of people in the ICL don't and end up playing more cards afterwards.
Gotta exert your ink, ladies and gentlemen. And don't unexert it on your opponent's turn.
Right. They could have a Mufasa into a Go-Go.
All right. For Katie, she puts a Pete into the inkwell. What do we get? And another Pete.
Oh, Peteception. She's like, you forgot how to play it against it the first time. Let's just do that again.
Yeah, the Petes would be really, really good. Like, if her... Yeah, it feels bad to ink the Pete for sure. And it would feel even better if her board was a bit wider and she could just, keep this quest pressure on. But Phil has done a great job thus far of keeping the board under control with single targeted removal, and always has the big red button sitting there somewhere. Or obviously the Sisu as well is something that Katie needs to worry about and can get around the Pete. But we'll see what comes down here for 6. Is it going to be a shark? Is it going to be a Tamatoa?
Hopefully for Phil, it's a Tamatoa.
Nope, we're going 8.
We're just gonna
maybe it is
banish,
just
Rapunzel.
yeah, maybe it's just worth it to do that. And these decks, again, they started putting in like all these one-ofs that make it so much more difficult for you to get over the line. And that one-of that I'm talking about is another dragon in the Maleficent dragon. They just were like, yeah, I can afford to put one of these in the deck. And then yeah, it's just that bit of spot removal. It provides another body that you need to worry about, as does this Hades. So I feel like the deck is just getting closer and closer and closer to optimized as we come to the end of Reign of Jafar here for sure.
It's scary. It is absolutely scary. I mean, the fact that you can, like you said, put so many one-ofs in your deck and find them consistently
yeah,
is crazy. That's kind of the opposite of how trading card games are designed inherently. So it's a rough one. Also, I can't believe when she P'd it again that Color did not put do it again on the screen. Flavor fail. Oh, last card doc? Last card doc feels good.
Yeah, yep. Ursula comes down onto the board. Ursula is a great card, but unfortunately she does not quest for 2, which is kind of what you need at this point. But at least you've got your Doc and your Ursula out after the Sisu came down. Hopefully there's not another one in hand if you're Phil.
Also, this Pete could be a trap for that Hades if she drew a Rapunzel. If she plays an Ursula and then quests with the Pete just so that the Hades will clear it, that's a really good Rapunzel trap.
Yeah, 100%. That Hades is great into these steel decks in the sense that, okay, he has 6 willpower, so he's really, really hard to remove. But he's bad into these decks because he has 3 strength and can set up Rapunzel perfectly.
Right. And then Katie actually keeping the Pete and still Rapunzel trap in place if she does have one. And this deck, it can find Rapunzels with Be Our Guest as well.
Yeah, I really love the addition of Be Our Guest. Having played this deck over the past week for many, many hours, it's felt so fun to do that and have like a mini version of Ruby Sapphire's filtering abilities.
Yeah. I really liked Be Our Guest in like set 3 when everyone dropped it just because of all of the shift things. Like when you couldn't line those up, it looked so bad. Again, some local scrub signed her Beast.
At least we're getting some quests in. We're doing it. Phil hasn't gone nuclear at this point, like we saw in the last game, where all those McDuck manners just came onto the board all of a sudden. So Katie still not in the worst position ever.
Yeah, unfortunately, if she had McDonald's right before this, I've been watching Zan's podcast. You got to eat tin fish and Belvita breakfast biscuits if you want to win a tournament.
Okay. I haven't seen that episode, so I'm gonna need to lock in. But I this McDonald's little mini thing has like got me drooling. Luckily, there's one 30 seconds from me across the street. It's kind of a problem. You don't want to see how many points I got on the McDonald's app as the Be Prepared comes down. And Katie hasn't drawn a card from a beast this whole time, and she's played like 5.
Yeah,
I feel so bad.
It's a rough one, right? Because no more Medusa. No, like you used to have to worry about that, but no, it's still just dealing with it every single turn.
Maui Shark does hit the board after Be Prepared is sung, and Hades has become one of the best Be Prepared singers in all of Lorcana. He can do it in Ruby Amethyst. He can do it here in Ruby Sapphire. He can, well, that's about it. But
all right, more docs though.
Yeah, the doc is nice to just refill the board, but the Maui Shark is a problem because he prevents you from questing. That's like one of the biggest threats of the Maui Shark. It's like, okay, now I can't play the game anymore because you put Maui Shark on the board and I don't have an immediate answer for it. And then the Ruby Sapphire player gets to their turn. So not only can you not, deal with the board easily with the Maui Shark, you need like that immediate answer as we have another voiceless one. But then they have so many cheap actions in their deck. They're like, all right, develop, vision, how far I'll go. They gain like so much lore and they don't even quest with them. Right. So it's really, really rough to leave a Maui Shark on the board for a single turn. And here comes the second one. And I have a feeling we might sing a Pirate's Life. Yep. And that Pirate's Life might have just sealed the deal.
Yeah, I think so. I think that it's kind of crazy. Just like normally a 4 lore swing being a 6 lore swing is just probably way too much to overcome. Katie is Sisyphus at this point, pushing the boulder up the mountain.
Yeah. Yeah, she's still trying though. She's still out there grinding. If it was me, I would have extended the digital handshake and been like, GG.
Katie's Rocky at this point.
Yeah.
She didn't hear no bell.
Exactly.
Ink and Super Goof, I don't even need it anymore. It's teched for this matchup specifically.
Yeah.
That's how far ahead he is.
Let me look at the top 5, pick one of these cards, and gain 2 lore. How does that sound?
Yeah, definitely a legendary, right? Not common.
Yes, that is indeed a legendary action.
All right, and Katie thinking, as long as the top card of my deck is 2 Zeuses, we're in this.
Let's dock in a 1-drop into double Zeus. That's the move, and we're right back in it. Storm, okay.
All right, we're 2/5 of the way there from the Zeus.
Yeah, Maui Shark having 7 strength is also insane because it's very relevant a lot of the time, especially as a Ruby Amethyst player playing against Ruby Sapphire. That 7 strength plus the Peter Pan is able to just cleanly take out. The character's just got so much stats. It's just a never-ending abilities that you're reading on the card. Just that's what I love to see out of a legendary. And the Tamatoa in this deck as well.
And we can't even turn anything sideways because of that Pirate's Life.
Yep.
Gosh. Phil only needing to string together 3 actions and then just quests.
He's questing. Might just play the Pirate's Life the good old-fashioned way. That'll get him up to 18. If he's got 2 actions, it is over. He's got 1.
That's it, right?
Oh, you're right. He only needs 1. Yep. Gain 2. I'm doing
Just
1 shark math.
He's just gonna keep playing, actually. Use a popsicle too. Why not?
2 shark math is not fair. As Phil takes it 2-0 to give the win to the judges 2-1. So
oh man, that was really something, man. Let me see. How do I get this camera to switch to me?
To talk to
Where do I need
others.
No, is it this one?
No.
Is
I think
it?
you have to tilt it down. Something.
Is it? Oh yeah, it's me. I'm still
Hello,
really sad.
hello, Katie and Phil.
Hello.
Hey, Garrett, how you doing?
I am doing pretty well. I'm doing pretty well.
How was that?
I backed the casters. I had to do it, shout out to my own. But the judges were able to take it in this one off the back of the Amethyst Steel Aggro and the Ruby Sapphire. We were talking all that match, Dick and I, how powerful the Ruby Sapphire deck is, how they were able to start teching in these one-of cards like Hades and a Maleficent Dragon and the Carpet Bag, and it's already like a really tough matchup for you, Katie. But how did you feel when you saw that it was Ruby Sapphire, and what was the strategy to try and get over the top?
Excellent question. And we can definitely note here that Luke has decided to not show me on camera because he doesn't want to show what abject sadness and terror looks like. Because all day I was like, listen, Luke, I don't want to play because I'm scared. I was like, there's only one matchup I fear. It's sharks. And I was in the chat being like, haha, Phil, tell me if it's shark. And do you want to know what Phil was playing? It was shark.
What?
Yeah, so it felt bad because I have a hyper aggro deck that I'm like, I'm gonna bring that. It's not hyper aggro, it's a Amber Steel aggro. Like, no, the middle is always better. And then yeah. But I had some uninkability issues in the first game, and it's a skill issue too. So, me and Katie, we're gonna be tonight. Liam's coming to the house. We all live together now in the content house of Liam, JDZ, and Katie at the Lore Keepers in. So tonight, I'm expecting Liam to tuck us all in and tell us that we're not actually stupid and we are valid and we do belong in the community. But yeah, I don't think I deserve dinner. I'll be honest. Phil, how about you? How are you feeling? I'll just interview Phil. Phil, how was? I only ate
feel
one
bad.
little burger because I thought if I ate too many burgers, I'd get kind of nauseous. So I only ate this tiny burger, a
Brought
piece
that
of a
up.
burger.
I don't feel happy.
What? No.
Because she
Someone has to be
sits
happy.
down and we're talking pre-game, and she's like, Alex, is he playing Shark? I'm just gonna scoop if he's playing Shark. And I was like,
Oh.
do you want me to tell you? Can I switch decks? She's like, no, you've already locked in your deck. And I was like, I can switch decks. I don't want this sadness.
I don't want. Well, because like it was
He's
funny
the head
because I know, and I was like pacing, like, no, it won't be. Because Phil, he likes to play hyper aggro. He plays the funky stuff. I've never seen Phil play Shark. What?
I
then,
literally was practicing it this week just for this matchup.
Yeah,
I know
but
everyone
he
plays
cooked
Shark these
me-
days.
He cooked me on my own show playing Shark, and I was super bummed.
That is true. That is true.
This is
Super
a big
bad.
match.
Wait,
So
I've
tomorrow
seen her Phil.
I'm
There's so
casting
many
a
different-
tournament for Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm going to be playing a new game. I'm actually the Yu-Gi-Oh in. If you guys want to catch my new show, it's going to be really cool. I don't know about it, but I'm going to learn. I'm sorry, I won't stop. I'm just anyway. Phil,
Can
talk about your deck.
Can I just say? Can I say judges make mistakes? I mean,
Oh,
that
yeah,
play
but
mistake,
I-
like, Luke jumped in. He was like Popsicle has to target like a target if it's there. And I was like, yeah, I just choose 0. I just choose 0. I was like, oh wait, that's fucking
It
dumb.
didn't. It wasn't.
I was like, that's freaking dumb. My bad. That's freaking dumb.
One a year.
My bad.
One a year. Oh,
I don't
no.
even do that.
I
You still
know.
try it though.
I was
Do you
so
know how many
upset with
times
that, and I was like,
I've wanted to do
"No, she has
that?"
Punzi. I know she has Punzi in hand." And I made that play mistake. And then she played Pete, and I was like,
Well,
"I'm singing a song." She's like, "Pete." I was like, "Oh God, it's my
Wait,
own
Phil,
card, and I messed up."
And you-
Have you considered having a reminder for Phil?
Yeah,
so that
I
we
mean,
don't
I would
forget
I
it,
would
like,
love. I
maybe
would
a
love if
playmat
we're
or
allowed.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right?
You did let Katie, and you are a judge, and I'm blaming this on you because Katie is a saint and she never does anything wrong. You let Katie put Beast into her discard several times. And
I was
that's
not
I was
thinking.
over. At that point in the game,
about
I was
that,
like, not it. Yeah, I was
so
over
it's-
it. So I was.
Same thing about Pete, right? It's like when I play this game and I'm taking my turn, I am not paying attention at all. to
yeah,
my
no, you're like
opponent's board.
Hades, like you know what to do.
I
You've
was
seen
like,
this card before. It's like,
Hades Beast, and I'm like still looking like, okay, what am I doing next, right?
well, no, I know.
And
It's
then
just
I looked up and then Luke's like, Hades goes to ink, and I was like, oh yeah, Hades goes to ink. My bad.
I don't know if we're at Hades the clock. It's time to clock out. You know, your shift's done.
yeah.
So it's rare that you see Hades being dropped. Yeah, it's always Hades o'clock somewhere. So at that point, you know, I'm going through the motions because it's you should. However, I was like, it was signed by Wonderland. I thought that would help. I thought that was actually going to get me some points, but instead it just made me lose and look like I am sponsored, and I'm not. He charged me $5 to have that signed.
That's cheap.
Did I only sign one, or did I sign 4 of them?
I didn't have. I only had.
Right?
I only had $5 on me.
So I only signed the one, and you did it both times.
Okay.
That's a lucky beast.
So what I'm
Yeah.
hearing is the only reason Katie lost today was because of Luke.
Oh yeah,
That's
makes
So
Oh, okay, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a double hit of what Team Maelstrom because let's just talk about it here. I mean, I got this list from Sky Maelstrom. I don't know what the mic is in my ears, so I don't know who I'm whispering to. But that's Team Maelstrom. This
It's
card, Luke. So I
Yeah.
don't want to say Team Maelstrom might be a little like kind of mean, but wasn't nice. Wasn't nice. But anyway, it's a fun deck. I like it 99% of the time. I like this deck every time except this exact time.
Except for into Shark playing, yeah.
Yeah, because you're like,
when
oh,
playing against
dang.
Shark, it's really rough. You basically have to never play your beast until the turn after. Be prepared and hope they don't have the dragon, the Hades. I noticed though that you got stuck in a scenario where you played beast,
I did.
you played Be Prep, and you played a character and then a dock. But that sadly, as shown from when you done, is like dock can be anything. It can be a boat. It can be 2 more storms, or
It could be two. It could be a hamster and a Cinderella, is what I
I just
got.
say,
So
I was
that's not what you
offended
wanna
game
see.
1
Yeah.
when she docks, pitches her 3rd Zeus. So I respond with playing the shark as she top
yeah,
deck
the
Zeus,
first
and I was like, "Are
yeah.
you kidding me?"
Playing
Yeah.
seven.
deserved it, maybe.
He was
Yeah.
playing 7, and I do
Yeah,
appreciate
we've
that about you,
confirmed
Katie.
she's playing
Oh,
7.
okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I'm glad she didn't.
Well,
show
is
up.
it-
We had the deck list sent to us, so there are 7 in there. So don't feel too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
put it publicly. The judges said looks good.
Like,
Also, I would
check
I'd
me
like to
now,
let you know,
Phil.
I'm in this very large room where there's like lots of people, so I'm yelling like, "I think you should ship it" to like no one. And then also Kurt Spice walks by, and like, "Oh, gosh." Like she's good, and there's like good players around here, and it's
Dude,
just it's
every
rough.
time I bump into Kurt, I have either done something weird, said something weird, and like he's just like the most chill guy with the best vibes, so it's fine. You're
Kurt's
fine.
great.
No, he looked at me and he just went thumbs down. I don't know. I've never.
Wow.
I didn't.
Wow.
I didn't
That's a
know
bad
that
omen.
didn't happen.
That's a
How do
bad
you know
Yeah.
that's Kurt's vibe?
Never. I didn't even know Kurt had negative vibes. That's crazy,
Yeah,
Katie.
I've
How
never
did you do
witnessed
that? Yeah.
He saw what was happening here, and he's like, "I can't believe you've done this." And I said, "How did you even know?" And he's like, "I've been watching the stream in my Google lenses."
Yeah, and he's like, you don't have that dog in you, so it's unfortunate.
I don't.
That's what
I
happened.
don't.
Yeah.
A Kurt
No,
Spice
Kurt's really
thumbdown
nice.
is a
I
recession
would be
indicator
crying.
for sure.
I'd be in shambles. But Phil is a great opponent. Phil is great, and yeah, you can with Hades. You should put it in your inkwell, but you know, you don't have to. You can just give up. That's fine. You can just give up.
That's also a mechanic in the game. Giving
Yeah,
up.
give up. At
Yeah.
one point, he put down a third mana, and I said, "Can I
Think,
scoop on your turn? Can I scoop on your turn?" And the answer is, you can scoop
You
on your
can
opponent's
scoop on
turn.
instant speed. Yes.
Yeah, I was like, "Can I please scoop now? If I see one more anything, I could throw up." And there's
I
people
see
watching.
one more Disney Lorcana card, I will hurl. So we're gonna get
Yeah.
Katie back in the booth where she belongs with all of her
Hey,
puns
I know
and
how
her
to play.
wit.
Please.
Baby.
See, this is my fear. This is my fear. The people would be like, "She's just a caster. She's just
No,
so
you're not.
stupid."
No,
at
you
Disney
got you
Lorcana."
both. Okay, you and JDZ got robbed. First of all, you got cooked into your worst matchups possible. JDZ got caught
Flip
playing
those
Bleen into
matchups.
aggro, and
You
then
flip
you got
those and
it was yeah. You
you're
flip those,
chilling.
and it's like all day. Like Bleen
Oh my
stomped
God.
over. Yeah, it's like
Well, it's already good. The get back in the booth has already started. I haven't even stood up yet, and they're like, "Get back in the booth."
well, honestly, because you're
You
playing,
little-
and if you're playing, I can't hear you talk, and you are one of the most clever, and your puns are great, and
Yeah.
half the people don't even react to them,
Yeah.
and they're still always gold.
Yeah.
So not being
I am
able to hear
smart.
you talk is actually a tragedy. So
And then we just saw Phil's children. Look, how could somebody with children be mean? He's not, guys. He's actually really nice.
I
He'll
have
sign
something
a card.
horrible to tell you, right, Dick? People with children.
And say, I don't know, I have children.
I was like, children made me mean. Are you kidding me? Anyway, it's fine.
Well, the
Just be a nice
children seem
person.
nice. He has two nice
Children
seeming
maybe
children.
dropped that F-bomb earlier. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. They were
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
until he said it.
He was just repeating after them.
Yeah.
honestly.
the kids.
But
the kids.
I would like to think that this was a pretty good pop-up ICL show. We'll probably be doing something similar on Wednesday. It could be Katie's just like, you made me have to commit to playing at 11 o'clock the night before. I don't like it one bit.
Yeah, and Luke literally said like, "Oh, so you don't want to play?" And I was like, "No, I do. I do want to play." And then
Then you're gonna
and then
get
I
your deck in
got
order, and you're gonna like it.
yeah, and then I got it in order.
Next Wednesday's a rough one. Most of us will be at Gen Con.
Yeah, that's
That's
right.
fair.
I'll be having fun. Oh, thank God. Okay. Yeah.
How do you feel
All
about
right.
garlic bread?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Hey, count me in on that garlic bread because I'll be there too. So.
I'm
You guys
gonna
are there?
have right now.
We need a
Oh,
big
yeah.
garlic bread. We need
Yeah.
a huge garlic bread.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's gonna be so fun. I'm so excited for everybody going.
Like
Take
7
lots of
people all taking a
photos.
bite
Why aren't
at
you
the same
going?
time.
I know, right? Why? Because I'm
What?
poor.
Oh, poverty.
why
This is
I'm
good.
looking at.
Gen Con,
This is
Straight up.
the poor column. We're the
Yeah,
poor.
straight up.
Gen
I
Con
can't-
makes money. It's impossible to lose money going to Gen Con.
If you have to make, you have to
That-
have money to make
feels
money.
True. That feels
No, you
true.
just need a credit card.
You have to have the money to pay for childcare to initially afford the trip to go there, and then you lose money from having your significant other take off time from work, so you're not getting paid for the time that they could be work. So you have to make extra money. So
Yeah.
Or
like,
you-
traveling
yeah.
when you have children can be rough.
When
I
when
went
you
to
own
the
your own
Gallery
business.
that you see?
Yeah,
when
if
I went
I
to
own-
planning
Jax, I made 10 grand. So,
So
I'm
you make
planning to
10 grand
retire
off
off
of
the
Gen Con?
Ari
at
promo.
PAX, which is smaller Gen Con.
How did you make so much on pack?
You get promos whenever you buy anything.
Just
If you
that
have to
many?
buy stuff.
Oh, I'm selling this Wonderland sign, Beast, if anybody wants it. I'm trying to.
I just
Yeah,
told
I'll
you
give you
before. I can't do
$4.
it, Katie. Yeah.
I think
There's only one of.
so-
I don't think I've signed.
Yeah,
any
there's only
other
one.
beasts, So
Oh, and you just happen to
It's like
draw
a-
it every game? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and it
I
really
said
worked
it's
out.
lucky.
It worked really
It's a
well for
March
me. It worked
card.
out really well, Dick.
Is she
This
going
is
on
actually
here?
buy my Metafy for how to draw a card and lose. So it'll be worth. That'll be my 2 revenue streams.
Katie, I predicted that you were going to win this 2-0. So
You shouldn't have done it. You shouldn't have done it because listen. It's fine. It's fine because every night every time before a tournament, I'm like, should I go mid range or should I go aggro? I'm like, don't go aggro. That's stupid. And then the universe says you're stupid, and then I go, well, you're right. So, and isn't that the Seal Song way? Isn't that the Seal Song experience? Is like the night before you panic, and then you make a choice, and then the next day you're like, it was wrong. That's the Seal Song life. So honestly, this is good. I'm glad I did it. I feel better.
I was gonna play mid-range Steel Song, but Alex took my colors, so I couldn't do it.
And Alex won, and so did you. And honestly, let's hear it for the judges. Let's not hear it for the U.S. Postal Service because not everybody got my maths. But and let's hear it for Arkansas and how I'm gonna find something to eat. Yeah, I'm in trouble.
Melissa says that Ben will buy your beast.
No, it's not for sale because here's the thing. I thought Luke is nice. I think Luce is nice, and I think like it's fine. Everybody's nice. My team Maelstrom's really cool. It's fine. Anyway, so if you guys are here in Arkansas, come on out to Sharp Gaming. You can watch me. I'll probably be better tomorrow. I think like after 12 hours. Like what is it? The tournament's not for at least 12 hours. Yeah, I'll be better by tomorrow. I'll recover. I'm gonna Google bars in Arkansas. You'll find me at that saloon.
Don't do that.
You're gonna get left in by Liam.
It's not. You don't want to.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
It's the only other
He
building.
can tell you a story. He can sing you a song.
I'm sorry. Well, can I have dinner?
No.
I mean,
no. Okay.
If Liam says it's okay, then it's okay.
Okay. All right. He's on a plane, but I'll wait. Yeah. But anyway, so here's some shout outs. I'd like to give a shout out to this deck. It's good. It's fun. It's fine. You know, I don't have any feelings bad about it. And I'm really excited because the maker of this deck is going to be coming to this tournament. And I hope they didn't watch so I don't hear about, well, here's all the things he did wrong. And the answer is he did 2 coaching sessions and so shout out to the deck and shout out to Team Maelstrom. They are nice. Shout out to the judges. And you can find me tomorrow on JDZ's stream, which is JDZ Quest at twitch.com. twitch.com/JDZ Quest.
Good enough.
And we'll be there. We'll be live and active, loose and active. I see JDZ in the other room, and I don't know if I have to like swag him over. I don't know. So anyway, Phil, what do you got?
Shout out to the judges. I mean, like we couldn't have done ICL without them. Honestly, like I love the production that we were able to put on. I love the fact that I was able to bring on judges and mentor them and, continue to build up this space with everybody. So thank you guys for having us. Thank the entire ICL production team, the casters, admins, everybody who's helped put this all together. And thank you, Katie, for being a wonderful opponent. You're always fun to play with.
Yeah, and I only cried a little bit, and it was quiet. It was kind of quiet.
Silent tears, just one single tear, and then a bunch on the other side, though.
I just felt I felt bad as soon as she says, "I'm gonna scoop if you're playing Shark," and I was like, "Well."
Well, the thing is I lied. So if anything, you shouldn't scoop against. You shouldn't feel bad. I was a liar. I said I was gonna scoop, and then what did I do? I didn't.
Played it out.
So,
you played it out.
I did. I said.
You didn't hear no bell until the end.
No.
JDZ had bell though. That was a really bad.
They did.
He did. He did. He had a lot of set one cards. She was a challenging bell. She went to battle. It was a battle bell.
She quested for one.
My God, she quested for one. Katie, can you and JDZ go just give each other just a hug, just like one hug, and then never talk about it again.
I don't think I deserve a hug. I think honestly, I'm going to go find a corner. It's a pretty big room and just stand in it, kind of like the Blair Witch where I'm waiting to be murdered by the witch possibly. That's what I'm going to go do.
Open some
stickers.
boosties, eat some on
I'm in a card store. I'm going to go buy boosties. Yeah,
there you go. There you go. You did. You're a winner.
Go buy some
boosties for boosties. Oh, I don't know how to play that. But I'll be getting some at Gen Con, which you can find me at next weekend. You can find me and Phil. And where's the non-tour column? Oh, here at the tip.
All right.
Well,
that hurt.
I don't think
I'm just kidding. You made the joke first. I repeated it.
It's only
Then
funny
I-
things she says about herself. Okay. That
It's
woman-
Yeah.
It's fine. I
And the thing
decided
is,
to
I'm
own.
gonna,
I
I
decided
will
to
be.
own my own business and not have, I have to pay full price for my health care and taxes
Well,
and stuff. That's
speaking
all.
of
I'll
your
be
own business, why don't you shout out where people could pay to have you cut their hair and what YouTube
Literally
channel
no.
you do?
Here's your home address. What's your last
All
name?
right,
No.
well,
Like,
how
I
about you talk
actually
about your
hate
YouTube
everyone in
show?
this community.
You guys absolutely not telling you anything about the real me. So, all right. So if you do want to see, oh God, I don't even know how to follow this up. Anyway, go to YouTube and
Allies on
look
the
up.
other side.
There you go. That's yep. I have the TFM episode where Dick Burns is on it, and it is a disaster. I have no idea how I'm going to edit this absolute dumpster fire. I'm in a hellscape. It's honestly
For which episode?
the TFM one. It is.
Oh, the one that you've been episode. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's
I'm.
it's the,
I
it's the
actually made
forbidden
some.
Tune
zone.
in and find out why it's a dumpster fire.
I messaged Katie. I was in such a hellscape. Like Katie knows about this episode, so that will be up soon because I'm almost
'cause
finished with it.
Dick kept speaking in riddles.
Parcel time?
Anyway.
My riddles 3.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
want
he
you
said
guys
that.
review.
And I can't solve riddles to save my life, so there was an geyser. All right, it's awesome. It's on YouTube, Allies on the Other Side, also on Instagram of Colors Law, and I do post. If you don't want to spend an hour and a half watching a full multiplayer game, you can just go on Instagram, and there's clips on there because I like to share funny things. That tape's really cool, Katie.
I know. I found it next to its hot pink duct tape, and I'm
Yeah,
just
I
like,
like it.
listen,
Yeah, I like it a
color
lot.
is cool. Anyway, find you there. I'm looking it up right now. I'm like, I'm gonna follow. I'm already following you. I'll follow you again.
Unfollow and then follow me. But
Yes.
seriously, everybody go like and subscribe because you guys are like watching them, but you're not subscribing, and that's wild.
It's a problem, right? I want one of those little things. I gotta get
It's
Welcome
wild.
to YouTube.
It hurts.
like and subscribe and follow right now.
It never gets
Garrick.
any better.
Oh, okay,
Tell
cool.
us about your channel.
I'm Garrick from Garrick's Lorcana Lair. You can find me on YouTube at Garrick's Lorcana Lair.
I'm
Why did we all
And-
get so bad at talking? Why did we all of a sudden get so bad at talking? This is literally what we do professionally, and all of us just like, tell us about yourself, and we're like, I have faces.
It's just hard, you know.
So Garrick's Lorcana Lair, and you
Do
can
it,
check
go
me
for it.
out on YouTube there at Garrick's Lorcana Lair. You should go over there, you should subscribe, and you should like all my videos. But what you should really do is go check out my most recent video, which just got published right as the ICL was starting, so probably bad timing. But it is a new podcast called The Quest Cast, starring myself and Brent
Ooh.
Mukai. So we are going to be
That's
doing
fun.
a weekly podcast, Brent and myself, and some third host who hasn't been announced yet, but they're busy, and we wanted to start this week. So Brent and I will be on there, and probably on Spotify and stuff. And also, if you would like to sign up for the Ink Open, a $10,000 core constructed tournament, cash prizing, that will be September 6th and 7th. Luke Wonderland will be there. Color will be there. Dick Burns will be there. I don't know if Phil and Katie are coming, but they definitely should. You should sign up for the core constructor. You should sign up for the Infinity event. There's also a youth tournament. So if you're 14 or under, you can play in the youth tournament. And then a bunch of other casters are going to be there that aren't nearly as cool as Color and I, like the
Literally.
Lorcana Villain and
Yeah.
Kawa from Podcana and JDC. Quest.
JDC.
Who are these people? But if you want to meet them, we're going to be doing like creator meetups and stuff, so you can come meet them and they can sign your Be Prepared or whatever, or I could sign your cards. But yeah, so
Is
all
your
that.
Yeah, we need to
podcast
talk
on
about.
the Apple podcast.
It will be. That is Brent's job, but it's up on YouTube right now for sure. So it'll be on wherever you get your podcast as soon as Brent does it.
Already
But it's
throwing
on
Brent
YouTube
under
right
the
now.
bus. This is going to be a long-lasting podcast. I can tell you right now.
I love you, Brent. Dick, why don't you tell us
Wow,
about
what a
what's
time.
going on in your life?
Yeah, where to find me? You can find me anywhere because I'm a hot commodity. I'm the most famous guy in the game. Everyone knows that. If you want to ruin a show, you invite me on it. All right. It may ruin the show, but your chat will love it. Your chat will absolutely love it. I'm all over the country, Mr. Worldwide even. If you want to get in touch with me, message Dan and follow the Fruited Mountain on all socials.
Because you don't know how to use technology.
Yeah, just message Dan. People have
I literally
sent cards.
I just tag Dan every time.
Yes.
Because I'm like,
People have mailed Dan cards for me to sign, for Dan to mail back to them. So
okay, so well, hold on, pause. You don't know how to use technology, and that's fun. But mail, you don't know how to receive and send mail.
You can't message me to get my PO box because I don't know the technology. So they have to message Dan, and they just send it to him.
He doesn't know where he's supposed to input that information on the internet.
Right. So that's how it works. Anyway, I made the ICL. I'm the only reason y'all are watching, so I don't really need to
Oh
tell you
my
anything.
god.
I
He's
appreciate y'all
heel
so much.
working.
Sounds about right.
Especially
about right.
Katie. Thank you, Katie. You're the best.
I'm googling pizza right now because I'm really hungry, and I think if I eat something, maybe
Pizza in Arkansas.
maybe I
Smart.
Oof.
Maybe
what's the
I mean, pizza. You can eat pizza anywhere.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Like, yeah, what are you talking about? Like, oh, Arkansas is pizza. Like, what is that stereotype?
Arkansas.
I mean,
explain yourself.
Famous for
Explain yourself.
raw ground beef with raw onions.
I'm in a mood right now, Dick. Okay,
On
I'm
the
in a
pizza?
mood. Do you want to make?
No, like that's like their
Don't
famous
become
food. I
Katie
can't
and her
remember what it's called
pizza.
right now.
That sounds like rich people food that we're just not cultured enough.
What, like not ground beef and onions, or like beef tartare or something like that?
No,
or
it's just like ground beef and onions on bread. I can't remember what it's called. People sent it to us on our socials when Dan tested the last one.
it's called something weird, right?
Yeah.
It's like
I've
even,
heard
and they
that.
were like, "Oh, you haven't had that," and I was just like,
You haven't had unseasoned raw beef before? No, I have not.
yeah. I don't want botulism.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know.
Thanks everyone for joining us on this episode of the ICL. It's been really good. I think you guys can I sign off, everybody?
She's like, I'm
Am I allowed to?
trying to get dinner.
She's like, I need
Alright, we're
pizza.
starting this raid. We're
Yeah,
gonna raid
we're having
Katie's
fun.
favorite person, B squared.
Aww.
Yes, it's hip to be squared. Is that a saying? No, it's be there or
It's a
be squared.
song.
Sorry.
No, that's actually a song. It's a Huey Lewis and the
Yeah,
News.
hip to be. It is.
Bye,
It is, which is one of my favorite bands.
Congrats to the judges.
Okay,
for
bye.
winning.
All right,
See you
American
next
Psycho.
week.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Is it done?
We're
Yeah.
all